Are you ready to amplify your business or brand's reach and make a meaningful impact in Ghana and beyond? Partner with GhanaTalks Radio today to connect with a diverse audience across Ghana and beyond. Elevate your brand through on-air promotions and social media. Boost your brand during prime time. With GhanaTalks Radio, you can extend your reach across digital platforms. GhanaTalks Radio is not just a station, it's just a community hub where your brand becomes part of the conversation. Join us in fostering connections, celebrating culture, and making a lasting impression. For customized sponsorship packages and enquiries, email contact@GhanaTalksRadio.com or call +233 202 544614. GhanaTalks Radio, giving the youth a voice.
What do you want for breakfast? How do you want your breakfast?
English breakfast, French fries.
Koko nikosi, alo komi kesheto.
Wache.
Well, Gobe is the real deal.
Join us on GhanaTalks Radio. Let's serve you a buffet of breakfast.
From news headlines review, current affairs to social issues.
Entertainment, sports, and all the trending stories live on our mobile app and across all socials from Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m.
With me, Pakwesi Omare,
Regina Bliss,
Deborah Adoso,
and I am Esinal Fiagbedu. This is GhanaTalks Breakfast Show.
This is GhanaTalks Breakfast Show, your morning companion. It's GhanaTalks Breakfast Show, your morning companion.
GhanaTalks Radio, number one.
Good morning to you, lovely listeners of GhanaTalks Radio. You are welcome to the GhanaTalks Breakfast Show right here on the GhanaTalks Radio. This is the news headline review. Right here, we bring you all the latest headlines making waves in the news, from business to politics, from sports to entertainment. We got you covered with the most relevant stories and informed perspectives on issues that matter to you every morning right here on the show. I am your host, Ruth Esenam Fiagbedu, and joining me this morning on the news headline review is Miss Deborah Adoso and Miss Regina Bliss. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
How are you doing?
The grace is sufficient.
We bless God. Miss Regina?
Yeah.
El Totico. You look good. You look good.
Thank you.
Come and borrow your blazers.
Yeah.
How are you?
I'm great by grace, your side.
I'm doing well by the grace of God. Right. So before we dive into the main discussion for this morning, yesterday I actually followed the press conference with the Interior Minister, Mr. Mutaka. Yeah. That has to do with gunshots and illicit activities, social vices happening right here in our country. And then I read, according to the report I read, 634, I don't know if I'm getting the figures right, 634 robberies have actually been reported just from June or 2025, if I'm not mistaken. What should this actually tell us about our security system? Isn't this alarming? Let me see. Miss Regina.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm trying to get... Okay, so 2,219 reported cases of robbery and 552 murder cases in 2022, with 628 and 386 cases of armed robbery in 2025.
Right.
asemo, and it's all you kind of say it has to do with firearms. But yesterday, one journalist asked the question, which our minister, I don't know if it was an oversight, because they are only focused on illicit guns, they belong arms,
Arms, right.
or guns. Now the question is, he asked that what of those who use other means of weapons like knives, cutlass, dagger, and all that to rob people or to cause harm, because it's not only guns that cause harm. But I think it was an oversight. When no mubisa questions they don't write it down, they just memorize it and answer everything. So I really wanted to hear a response in regards to that, but
he didn't respond.
Yeah, he didn't respond to it. But in terms of the illicit arms yesterday he was talking about, I think it's a very good call. Since I think a six weeks amnesty has been brought up, where a ban on illicit arms, no one would have to be in possession of a gun. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong, Miss Debbie, because yesterday she was also there. I was concentrating on taking videos here. So aside that, Noka say the regional ministers are also in touch with the House of Chiefs and the other chiefs in every region to make sure that they also comply, because most of the times when these chiefs are gracing an occasion in their palanquin, I think we were even witness to it, how they were just throwing I don't know if that one was gunpowder or whatever. No more to I say no, they want to put an end to it, and to know he's pleading with the chiefs to comply. He also made mention of back days when they were only able to have access to gunpowder, but now you see some of these people together with the chiefs, they have AK-47, they have he made mention of one gun, G23 or something like that. Just said they have different types of weapons.
And I'm even wondering how they even get access to all these weapons.
Yeah. And he also said that if you want to have a gun in the country, you have to seek a license. Without a license, whatever arm you are having is illegal, and they would come after you. Yeah, so I'm also happy in regards to that, because you say everyone has guns in their possession. Fine. Some people want it for protection and all that, but sometimes it's very dangerous.
It's very dangerous. And I said, when we are moving about, we also have to protect ourselves.
Oh yes,
pepper spray beer and our pocket knife.
But I think with the gun, we can purchase it from the right dealer, then go to the minister and license it.
Yeah. But looking at the cases of armed robbery, I mentioned here the last time that they say, oh, now bought 8 crowd, now ushu. It's very, very, very scary.
6. Now ushu, because
because your life is in danger. Because if you are come chill, madam will be say chin, no kita phone. No kita she no the blade channel una makra dear ha by force mean cry dear because I watch me now when ya she how me only it's obey all the blade channel say me na mamin cry dear. So it's very, very, very risky, and we are calling on our security agencies to do something about it, because the armed robbery cases yesterday I saw just in 2025 and the year hasn't even ended yet. Christmas card day on market season. Yeah. Miss Debbie, what can you say to this?
I think the only thing I can add up was when he said they are going to enhance border security, and most of these illicit drugs, most of these illicit firearms people uses are being smuggled into the country, or maybe, let me put it this way, they are being smuggled into the country through the wrong process, or they take the wrong route. The borders, like Aflau border like this, if you go to my place, when you get to Ayoma, to some parts, you can actually walk from Ayoma to Togo, and then you can make your way to other countries like Burkina Faso and Cote d'Ivoire. So there are borders which you don't even need to take a vehicle, and these borders since the citizens can access it without going through due process, most of them smuggled in illicit firearms. They are not being licensed. And some time back, we saw in the news where a truck was being recorded or being seen in Tamale carrying this firearms, and then not knowing where it was going to. When they questioned the driver, he said someone ordered for it and he went for it. Whether that's someone, who is that someone, up to now we don't know who the person is, but the driver has been arrested. So tightening our security borders is very, very crucial. We have military, we have immigrations in these borders. They safeguard this place, but we still have people taking in things that are not right. You can bring in guns, but why not use the right procedures to bring it in? So if you know you are going to use the guns for something that is very genuine, I don't think you should be using the wrong route. It should pass through the right route, because when it's genuine, it's going to pass through the right route. And so with the Interior Minister saying that they are going to strengthen security borders, it's key to me. And then I think one more thing he also said was to sensitize the people and also sensitize this security officials to uphold professionalism and integrity. So you cannot be a security person and then you feel like you can take in bribe and then you go scot-free. You will be held accountable. So I feel like, yeah, he spoke very well. And then with that, it's very, very necessary. And
it's very, very
one
necessary.
more thing I like when he pinpointed on that has to do with shooting into the air when we have festivals. We saw one recently with the gun people when we were celebrating Homo.
Yes.
And I think Anya also, they ended up killing the chief's son
and some other places.
So with that, they are also working on it, and I feel like it's good.
Yeah, it's good. The press conference is good to update the people, but sometimes it's not always about talks. You've come to update us that this is the number of cases we've recorded for armed robbery. Next year, it shouldn't go up. We should see some sort of like reduction. So the update is good back. But
how effective is it
going to be? Walk the talk. Don't just talk to us, but walk it. Right. Let's dive into our major news items for this morning. Attorney General defends Iyoko's high bail demands in corruption cases. And I think yesterday we spoke about this issue that has to do with minorities summoning the AG to come and explain why they give too high bail demands for ex-appointees. The Attorney General and Minister of Justice, Dr. Dominic Ayeni, says the Economic and Organized Crime Office is right to set high bail conditions in major corruption and financial crime cases. He told Parliament on Tuesday that these strict bail terms are necessary because the cases under investigation involve very large sums of money. Dr. Ayeni was responding to questions from Tolun MP and First Deputy Minority Whip Habib Idrisu, who wanted to know why Iyoko's bail demands were so high and whether there could be other options. The Attorney General explained that Iyoko is acting within the law, specifically Article 14, Chapter 4 of the Constitution, which allows law enforcement agencies to release suspects on conditions that ensure they return to face justice. He dismissed claims that the high bail targets former government officials, say bail levels depend on the seriousness of the crime and the amount of money involved. According to him, setting low bail in cases involving hundreds of millions of cedis could make it easier for suspects to escape and cause more financial loss to the state. Dr. Ayeni insisted there is nothing unfair about the process, adding that the scale of allegedly corruption under investigation is unprecedented and requires strong measures. Yeah. So, Attorney General defends Iyoko's high bail demands in corruption cases. What they say is that, according to say, the bail conditions are unfair. So, Attorney General, come and explain to us why the bail conditions are unfair. Not necessarily unfair, but why they are high. So he was in Parliament yesterday to explain to the people. Mr. B, do you think this is reasonable enough that they look at the seriousness of the issue before they give you a bail condition?
Yes, it's right.
Right.
So imagine someone goes to kill his fellow colleague,
Mm-hmm.
and then you give the person like 1 month in jail, and then you release the person to go. In a way, what are you communicating to the people? You are encouraging more people to endeavor in serial killing. You're encouraging people to do more of that. But if someone kills a colleague and then he's being served to a death sentence, you will feel scared. Even if someone triggers you to that point, you try to hold yourself, because you know at a slightest mistake you will also be sentenced to death. So I feel with these conditions, it depends on the severity of the incident. And I feel like to set this kind of bail conditions, as I said, it depends on the case. So when we take corruption, for instance, corruption is something we are all fighting for.
Yeah.
We want to uproot it down from the roots. And how are we going to do this? We've tried our possible best. Which type of English didn't we speak? Or which type of kind of vocabs didn't the leaders use? And even the same leaders we hail are involved in corruption. How are we going to solve this? We can equally do this if maybe the normal way we use in communicating it, they are not getting it clear. Then the best thing we can do is to take a different route. So imagine, allegedly, you are being involved in a scandalous act or maybe corruption related offenses, and you are being granted like 100,000 million or maybe in billions. Next time you wouldn't do that. And even if someone is trying to walk in your footsteps, you will sit down and question yourself, am I going to get this money if in case I'm being made to stand before the law? Am I going to make it up? Because I wouldn't be surprised if these people that are being granted the bail even goes in for loan, because the money they are requesting, sometimes when you hear the money, like it's kind of shocking. You ask yourself, hey, where will he get this money from? And some people have been granted bail for several times, and still it's like when they grant you the bail, in 2 days you are still back to court because another issue has popped up, and then you are being involved in it, and so you are back to court. You are being granted bail again, you are out and you are back. Imagine. So you just feel or put yourself in the shoe of that person. How are you going to feel? So I feel like with the bail condition, it depends on the severity of the case. You cannot bring a mere case. Someone goes to sell plantain or a tuber of yam, and then you are jailing the person to a life sentence. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense at all. If you give the person 2 months, 1 month, 1 week, it's understandable. Next time when you get, and then with the 1 month, it's like 1 month with hard labor. So when you come out, you are very cautious of what you do. And so it depends on the issue which brought you to court, and then how they are going to deal with you. So for me, it depends on the severity of the case. So with the Attorney General, he's right.
He's right. Right. So you think he defended the issue?
Oh yes,
right
he did.
point?
He did.
Right. Miss Regina.
Yeah.
He mentioned something here that I want to ask your opinion on. That has to, where are you? So the Attorney General explained that Yoko is acting within the law, specifically Article 14, Chapter 4 of the Constitution, which allows law enforcement agencies to release suspects on conditions that ensure they return to face justice. If I am paying this such amount of money, 150 million Ghana cedis, would that encourage me to come back and then come and face justice? Looking at the money I have paid.
That is bail.
That
you paying the money doesn't mean automatically you've bought your way out or you've bought your freedom.
Right.
You are at fault. And even in police station we have bail. You can't say wherever you go, bail or I'm being suspected for something. I'm not at fault, but I'm being suspected for something. And you're caught now, they wouldn't just let me go just like that.
Just like that.
You would have to bail yourself out. And you bailing yourself out is the amount of money which would be slashed on your head that paid this particular sum of money. everything is negotiable in this world.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, nipa na ye bailing in and saying I think he was giving us a huge sum of money, but they had to reduce it. Oshana Dawson. Now
You want to negotiate it.
No matter so amount. Then what will be alpha. But that doesn't mean that you are off the hook. You are not off the hook. You'd have to still come back, because if you've studied, when they grant these people bail, at the end of the day, they give them rules to follow. Every week, within that week, twice, come and show yourself to the police. Say, I'm here. Mabao. Then you go back again. Every week. Come back and say, found who betray. Because first off, they know, say, who bet me journey. And it depends on the gravity of the situation. If you are at flight risk and not there, they would make sure they seize your document. Or even if they do not seize your document, they make sure that they go they send information about, to make sure that once you are seen at the port or you are seen at the airports, you bet to match. Obi so high the metal log besha 19. It has a limit you can go. If you exceed that limit, it has given them a signal that you are trying to do something bad. And you know, Ghana hano just say say baby or her don't even allow you to go. Look at our friends and our loved ones in prison. Up to now, some people are still in remand. Remand is not prison. Being in remand is not prison. They are remanding you for a period of time to investigate the situation. Let's say 1 month, you are gone, but some people are still in remand 10 years. They've already served their jail sentence. Now we have more opportunities to build yourself out and go. And at the end of the day, we would commence with, or we will continue with investigations. And you are complaining of saying the Attorney General is targeting the ex-officials. How is he targeting the ex-officials? Iyoko is doing his job. Attorney General so yenejuma. That is why we always preach that they need to work independently. And by so doing, Obian to me, because you are targeting MPP, you are targeting NDC. These parties, one color, one people, one mindset. NDC was in power, a MPP for say boy. MPP was in power, NDC for say boy. And you know. We are tired of them.
All right, moving on. SML petition strike over alleged bias misconduct by OSP. Strategic Mobilization Ghana Limited, the company contracted by the Ghana Revenue Authority to provide audit and revenue assurance services, has filed a petition at the Commission on Human Rights and Administrative Justice. The company is accusing the Office of the Special Prosecutor of Administrative Injustice, abuse of power, and violating its right to a fair and lawful investigative process. The petition, filed on Wednesday, November 12, 2025, alleged that the OSP and its lead investigator, Albert Kurungu, conducted biased investigations and mishandled digital evidence in a way that disrupted SML's operation. SML says the actions of the OSP breached its constitutional rights, particularly its right to property and fair administrative treatment. According to SML, the issue dates back to 2017, when failures in the West Blue system created major revenue leakages at customs. SML was later engaged to fix these gaps and reportedly recovered over $1.35 billion within just 2 months. The company claims the OSP's actions were influenced by personal animosity from Mr. Kurungu, who previously worked with West Blue. It alleged that this bias led to a raid on its offices in Osu and Tema on June 10, 2025. A raid SML says resulted in the destruction of servers, firewalls, and CCTV systems, crippling their operations and hindering evidence preservation. SML also accuses the OSP of releasing a biased investigation report that misrepresented the company and its CEO, while downplaying the failures of West Blue. According to the petition, Mr. Kurungu, allegedly threatened that he would make sure SML and its CEO never work again. So SML is asking Straj to investigate the alleged misconduct, determine whether there were failures in oversight by the Special Prosecutor, Kisi Ejabin, and ensure accountability. The company also wants access to video recordings of interrogation sections for independent review, as well as sanctions against officials found culpable. Meanwhile, the OSP has already filed 78 charges against 8 people, including former Finance Minister Ken Ofori-Atta, 2 former GRA Commissioners General, and SML CEO Evans Edusei, over the alleged roles in the controversial GRA SML revenue assurance contract. These are their demands, Ms. Debbie.
Who are we to believe right now?
Is it the OSP
or the SML?
Or the SML?
I don't know.
Because it's going back and forth.
Some time back, the OSP brought an expose, including Strategic Mobilization Limited, Ken Ofori-Atta. And after that, the Strategic Mobilization Limited CEO came out to say, after the OSP sent his men to investigate them, they ended up taking their softwares, their computer and stuffs away. And yesterday, the Office of the Special Prosecutor released another bombshell that has to do with 78 charges filed against the office, filed against former Minister of Finance Ken Ofori-Atta, filed against Strategic Mobilization CEO and some people. And this morning, SML. So right now, who are we to believe? Should we believe the OSP or we should believe SML? Because I'm confused. Seriously, I'm confused because SML is trying to rubbish what the OSP is doing. If an OSP to bring out a directive or an expose and SML should come out rubbishing it, then it means that if SML is right, then it automatically portrays something that the OSP is not doing its work well. Because if someone is being portrayed to be allegedly involved in an incident, and later on that accused person end up petitioning charge against you, the person, shall I say, claiming he's involved in something, then it means you're not doing your work well. That is what it directly implies, that the OSP is not doing his work well. Now, where I see it, how am I going to tell whether the OSP is not doing his work well, or it is Strategic Mobilization Limited that is not trying to comply with what the OSP is saying? This back and forth, and we are tired. OSP, you have the power, you have the mandate. Go forward and say it. If you feel like Strategic Mobilization are not doing the right thing, be bold enough. Let us know. Today they are involved in this. Tomorrow these charges. Then SML also come up and they say something different from what you've relayed out there. And then at the end of the day, we see you OSP as incompetent because we are not seeing what you are doing. Right now, that is what everybody is seeing.
Yeah.
It looks as if you don't know what you are doing. And so it looks as if SML is now telling you the way to go. Because if SML should petition Shraj against you, it's a signal.
It's a signal.
It shows that, you see, and if you boy, just in the Nigeria BBC, right? So it means that SML, why?
Don't mind flow.
So it means that SML knows what they are doing. Because if a whole company accused of engaging in scandalous behavior, and then that company wakes up the next day and petition an authority against you, then there is a question mark.
There is a question.
There is a question mark. Because seriously, OSP and SML say, I don't know who to go after.
It's hard.
So the two of them, no. Yeah, sure, more. That is what I can say.
They should just come out clean.
Yeah, sure, more. You may
and let us know where they stand. Miss Regina, briefly.
Yeah. So SMO, Strategic Mobilization Ghana Limited.
Yes.
Ghana Kaho.
Yes, good.
And OSP, Office of the Special Prosecutor. Office of the Special Prosecutor has to deal with corruption cases. Investigates and go ahead and prosecute these people. And I remember, I think, was it just this month, where the OSP came out to brief us on the Ghana Revenue Authority, SML, and one company being so calm. Blue water, blue something.
Yeah.
These three people and former minister, West Blue, and former minister for finance, their issue. Oh, baby, free and fair. We were like, hey, these people, no much here. So we only heard one side of the story. Now, SML has come out to say, whatever he's saying is false. He's accusing them wrongly. Blah, blah, blah. As Debbie said, who should we now believe? Because we know that the office of the special prosecutor can't come out to lie to us. Now, Nipana yede sa someone elbow no. Or say me. So me say me bibia, can you force me?
I can't force
me. Yes. So okay, the little thing I can say is, when it comes to investigations, we want a transparent government, yes. But I feel like they need to make sure that they get their facts right. According to them, they've doctored some of their digital evidence. And yes, with digital evidence, especially with videos and recordings, it can be doctored. Now, AI, the last time I saw one video, AI, if you don't pay particular attention to it, you wouldn't know it's AI. So with the investigations is done by but say you bring out results no and no na thing. And the SML, see how they asana charge. Yo, omomiensa no mon come boom. And they need to make sure that they bring us competent and reasonable and valid results. Now we all are on the blind side of the story. We don't really know what is going on. We don't know who to believe. Should we believe the government institute or should we believe SML? I don't know who to believe now.
Right. Let's move on. Mahama, I won't spare any minister who brings a scandal. President John Dramani Mahama has issued a strong warning to his ministers and government appointees, stating that his administration will deal decisively with corruption and misconduct at all levels of government. Speaking in Accra on Tuesday, during courtesy call by the Christian Council, President Mahama said any official who brings scandal to his government will face strict and irreversible consequences. He noted that Ghana has a long-standing pattern of ignoring corruption scandals while a government is in office, only for investigations to begin when a new administration takes over, a cycle he insists must stop. Before I became president, I had indicated that we are going to take the fight against corruption to a whole new level, and it's not anything personal against anybody, he said. President Mahama explained that scandals are often brushed aside until a government leaves office, which then leads to accusations of witch hunting when the next administration begins investigations. He revealed that he consistently warns his ministers about the consequences of misconduct, insisting that his administration will confront corruption in real time. He said, I have said to my ministers, ask them, every day in cabinet, I remind them, the prosecution we are taking against the current government will be tied to the first person who brings a scandal to this government. We shall hang them on the cross, and you follow our Lord Jesus Christ, but you cannot resurrect again, he declared, stressing that corruption will not be tolerated. We will hang you on the cross, and you will follow our Lord Jesus Christ, but you cannot resurrect again. Is that a threat?
It's not a threat, though. It's a warning.
It's a warning. This warning is very
warning.
It's very, 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 very strong. Right. Miss Regina, what can you say?
Yeah. So one thing I love about our president is he's straightforward he's free and fair. He's not biased also. If he tells you that even no matter who you are, even if you are my daughter and you go wrong, I will discipline you. Trust me, he will discipline you. So this warning, I feel say when the minister so and now a commando, especially the NDC minister, you know, some people will be like, oh, since Mahama is in power, now buying there was so if his ministers do something, but this should tell you that he's that serious. If you try anything, he will discipline you. And as he said, Jesus resurrected by you, you will not resurrect. You will go forever and ever. Now, looking at the issue of corruption. Corruption is one thing I know, say, Ewo Mahama Akumaso, to really deal with. And I think he really needs to deal with it. This is not the time where you would have to witch hunt, like the way they are doing to the former finance minister. Kenu Furiata. It is which hands no more hands nipa no we he o behwehwe na unhu and I say Attorney General even made mention of one person who is being accused of corruption. He said also was US after a mutual extradition letter come on so then. This is just a long process. Nipa no wa bema, you make sure you are investigating the person. If Kenu Furiata was in power by that time, and that time now they were investigating all these issues wouldn't have come on. This is not the time you would be wasting time, wasting resources. So they need to make sure say nipa no wa be ma udi somebody na hwa na ye chiwatu ontwe ma nipa ne onko. When you even do that, it makes corruption cases prolong, it delays, and justice will not be served. It will be like, oh, but the mayenge there was say my sikano at the end of the day cry ye na ye free abema then pa we are leaving Ghana. We are going outside.
Shapapa no airports.
Aha.
That one alone even tells that you are guilty.
You are guilty. I don't know if they can bring a law. When you leave power, you can't leave the country for a period of time. After all investigations have been made, when someone then you can go.
Then you can go.
But Ghana, you bab. No permitting and no free Ghana hampo and sana
before the election.
He
knew what was at
yes. Prophets of doom.
And I even remember that former President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo says that nobody should leave the country till they are done with proper investigation.
That one is a format. Yeah, it's a format.
Oh.
Even OSP told you that these people has connection, so you should understand what
the OSP said that. Right. What can you say to this warning?
What betides you?
What betides you?
That was from the president. Leadership by example.
Jesus Christ resurrected, but you will not
resurrect. How will you resurrect? He's giving you, he's actually cautioning you that you should be careful. So if you feel like you are in government and so you can do anything you want, don't forget, a time will come. Maybe you'll be in opposition. And the next government that comes in power is going to take you on. And so you should know how to take your steps. You should know how to tread cautiously so you don't find yourself wanted. And even if, as it stands now, you should be catch red-handed involving in any activity that has to do with bribery, that has to do with corruption, forget it. That is why he's saying that when you fall down, when you're being crucified, Obeka cross no such a papa. I said Jesus, oh we are new be crab a fan see. Obeka cross no so. Sorry mponia kasi e beka. So I feel like he's cautioning them and letting them know that I feel like he's trying to tell them that from next year our work starts from next year. And so if you're not careful and then you feel like, well, I can do anything I want today, I'm the minister of this, I'm the minister of that, I'm member of parliament, oh honorable. I bet you say sini. And I like what he is doing. I like it. If you remember, before he came into power, there was a meeting between him and his appointees. And he told them that you need to be careful. And this is the second time he's doing this. So it should tell you that if the president keeps hampering of this, it means it's something dear to his heart. He's in to fight corruption. We are all waiting to see what will be the outcome of this before 2028.
Before 2028. We are just hoping that at the end of 2028, we will not hear that this minister from the previous administration did this because the president warned you.
Nice. President Muhammad,
it was for your own personal gain, personal interest. So woe betides you. Jesus Christ was resurrected, but for you appointees, if you rob, you will not resurrect. That was a stern warning from the president. Right. Thank you so much for joining us in the news headline review. Up next, we have Today in History with Miss Regina Bless.
Today in History, 2003, an arrest warrant is issued for Michael Jackson. Rumors had swirled around Michael Jackson since the first public allegations of sexual misconduct with a minor child were aired amidst a 1993 civil lawsuit that was eventually settled out of court. A decade later on this day, an embattled Jackson prepared to face criminal charges of a similar nature when a warrant was issued for his arrest on charges of child molestation. Though he would be acquitted 2 years later of each criminal count on which he was eventually tried, the erstwhile king of pop suffered many blows to his already damaged reputation and finances while facing the charges filed on him. 1850, the first life insurance policy for a woman was issued. Caroline Ingraham, 36 years old, bought the policy in Madison, New Jersey. The Red Army launched Operation Uranus, a major winter offensive during World War II that led to the encirclement of German and Axis forces in the Battle of Stalingrad along the Don-Volga front. The offensive, which targeted the weaker Romanian armies on the flanks of the German Sixth Army, successfully trapped German and Axis forces in and around Stalingrad. Egyptian President Anwar Sadat became first Arab leader to visit Israel. On his 3-day trip to Jerusalem, he addressed the Israeli Knesset and met with Israeli Prime Minister Menachem, begin a process toward peace between the two nations. To some observers, Child Safety and Protection Month, a time to raise awareness about dangers children face and to promote preventative measures. This month focuses on protecting children from both unintentional injuries like falls and poisonings and other risks, encouraging families and communities to create safer environments. International Men's Day. The day recognizes men who contribute to society through kindness, responsibility, and leadership, and highlights their roles in families, communities, relationships, and child care and environmental responsibility. Lastly, World Toilet Day. To bring attention to the lack of toilets for billions of people globally, it encourages everyone to learn and spread the word about how proper toilet and sanitation can save lives. And that's all for today on Today in History and some observances live on GhanaTalks Breakfast Show.
Thank you so much, Miss Regina, for Today in History and some observances of the day. Today is International Men's Day. Make sure you encourage your man out there. Right. Miss Debbie, let's have you.
Welcome to Debbie's Grill, where we talk about issues that matter to the state, void of politics, fear, or favor. President Mahama has called for a renewed push towards economic liberation, technological sovereignty, and stronger continental unity, warning that Africa continues to face new forms of domination despite decades of political independence. Speaking at the official opening of the 80th anniversary commemoration of the 5th Pan-African Congress at the Kwame Nkrumah Memorial Park in Accra, President Mahama stated that Africa's vast natural wealth has not translated into significant influence on the global stage. Africa remains a continent rich in natural resources but poor in global influence. He stated that although the chains of colonialism have been broken, the continent now faces economic, technological, ideological, and political forms of domination. He stressed that political independence was only a step envisioned by the early Pan-Africanists who convened in Manchester in 1945. Political liberation must open the door to economic and social liberation. Reflecting on the significance of the 5th African Congress, President Mahama noted that the 1945 gathering became the turning point that accelerated the liberation of the continent from colonial domination. He recalled efforts of historic figures such as Osajefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, George Padmore, Jomo Kenyatta, and Ras, saying they carried the hopes of millions and left a clear message. Africa must take its destiny in its own hands, and the dignity of African people is not negotiable. Africa must take its destiny in its own hands, and the dignity of African people is not negotiable. This is very, very deep. You know, sometimes you feel so glad that you are an African, and then in another time or within a twinkle of an eye, you feel so sad. Why you're an African? And then you feel like, why didn't God throw you into another country? But this is where you are. You have to embrace who you are. But when you look at Africa, we are being blessed. We have everything. Natural resources. When we talk about the gold, we talk about the bauxite, we talk about the diamond. We have everything. But we are suffering. We have everything to enrich ourselves, to be independent. We have all it takes not to go begging for alms. But what is happening today? In as much as we have all these resources, we are still enslaved to other people, to other countries. We are being told to sleep at this time and we obey. We are being told to wake up at this time and we obey. We are being told to divide our resources into 3 parts. They take the largest part, and we are given a simple or a 10% or a 1% percentage of our own resources, and we are happy with it. Why? Because we are refusing to think as Africans. Now, President Mahama is saying that we are rich, like we are rich in resources, but we can't see it. We can't feel it. We only say it with our mouth. Bold of we being Africans and bold of we having all the natural resources, but there is nothing to show. It's just like you daydreaming of becoming something without taking an effort to become what you want to be. And that is what we Africans are. He said global influence, it's a no. When it has to do with strategic relationships with the global world, no. Taking decision in the global world, we are not even given a set, not even say that we are going to take decisions. And that is why Kwame Nkrumah wanted to unite Africa. He wanted to make Africa a sole country where we will be the boss on our own. We will help each other because we are blessed. And since we ourselves do not want the good thing or a good thing for ourselves, we ganged up and we threw him out. Not only in Ghana, can take other African countries where people with vision, leaders with vision, leaders who do not think only about themselves, leaders who think into tomorrow were being killed, were taken out because they were bringing improvements, they were bringing change. Do you know our problem as Africans? We don't want change. We want the old ways of doing things. If somebody is bringing a change, it's a no-no for us. That is why we are still where we are. And that is why we are marking time, because we don't want change. And if somebody is bringing a change, the person becomes a terror. We see the person as an enemy. Why do you want to change the old ways of doing things? But you see, the world is advancing. And what pains me the more is our leaders travel more often. They go out to other countries, especially the international world. They learn, they meet people. But when they come back into the country, we don't know what they are impacting. We don't. We don't see it, we don't feel it. Africa. When you listen to the name Africa, the name alone sounds so resourceful. But there is nothing to show. Nothing to show. We have the resources, but it doesn't belong to us. It's sad we don't even have factories, we don't have resource industries that can transform our natural resources into useful goods for us. We don't have it. And all the time we keep preaching of, oh, we are Africans, we are rich in gold, we are rich in bauxite, we are rich in diamond, but we are beggars. We say that knowing fully well within ourselves that we are nowhere near it. And for us to fight against this is a disease. To fight against that, then we need to unite as Africans. The more reason why the Western world will always win over us is we have no unity. There is disunity among us. And I like the fact that he also mentioned political influence. I don't really know how we understand politics in Africa, but our way of politics is bad. It's a mess. It's a whole mess. Our understanding of politics is far, far, far different. In politics, we see others to be enemies. I have to get rid of you. That is how we see it. And because we are not united, we end up giving out what is ours. Well, I feel like if she won't get it, if I'm not going to get it, then she won't also get it. And if that is going to be the case, then we are going to give it out. And that is why we are suffering. Imagine all Africans or African countries are united. We would have been far ahead of where we are today. You see, that is why the Western world will keep fighting to encourage disunity in Africa. Because they know disunity is the path to bring us down. It is the path to separate us. Greed, selfishness, it's all part. It's all part. And trust me, one day we are going to account for it. We will. I know God did not just wake up and I feel like, well, I want to create Africa and I want to create this country, do this, do that. No. I'm sure God did that on purpose. He gave us everything. We should be the ones supplying people out there. We should be in a country for other people to come to us to lend money. Wouldn't it be nice when we have people from other countries coming into Africa to lend money from us? Are we going to die? No. But we are our own enemies. Since we don't want change and because of our own selfish gain, we do things pertaining our interest and then we forgo all this. If you take a look at well-doing African countries from the start, and after they were their leaders who had those visions were being thrown out. Just take a look at that African countries now and see how they are in a mess. So when we take Ghana, we have Kwame Nkrumah. Kwame Nkrumah was a visionary leader. He was a bold leader. He wanted to unite Africa. If you read the plan of Kwame Nkrumah, it's mind-blowing. The man had vision. If you see what he has listed down, it was just massive. Then Kwame Nkrumah was taken into the future. He knew a time is going to come where the population of Ghana will increase. So whatever he does it projecting into the future. And that is why even up to today, we are enjoying things that were made by Kwame Nkrumah. Generations are being impacted with knowledge. And schools that were built by him, we've benefited from some roads that were constructed by him even up to today. But after they overthrew him, what did we see? All the leaders we had has to do with their own selfish gain. And this is where we are as a country, not only in Ghana. To move forward, to have a say in the global world, to have an influence in the global world, we need to unite as Africans, not for our own selfish gains, but for the development of the country, for the development of all African countries. And that is when we can equally make a change. But in a way where 10 African countries are thinking same, another 10 African countries are thinking otherwise, there is no way we are going to make influence out there. And we will continue to be slaves. If that is what we don't want, then we need to reason up. Thank you for making time with me on Debbie's Girl.
Thank you so much, Mr. B, for that girl. Right. Thank you so much for joining us in the first segment of the Ghana Talks Breakfast Show. We'll be coming up with the news shortly. And right after the news, you'll be coming up with the main discussion. Please stick and stay with us.
Are you ready to amplify your business or brand's reach and make a meaningful impact in Ghana and beyond? Partner with Ghana Talks Radio today to connect with a diverse audience across Ghana and beyond. Elevate your brand through on-air promotions and social media. Boost your brand during prime time. With Ghana Talks Radio, you can extend your reach across digital platforms. Ghana Talks Radio is not just a station, it is a community hub where your brand becomes part of the conversation. Join us in fostering connections, celebrating culture, and making a lasting impression. For customized sponsorship packages and enquiries, email contact@GhanaTalksRadio.com or call +233 202 544614. Ghana Talks Radio, giving the youth a voice.
We bring you local news, business news, international, sports, and entertainment news. Right here on GTR.
Welcome to the morning news update on Ghana Talks Radio. Coming up, President Mahama retreats stance on marriage and anti-LGBTQ bill. Ghana bans firearms use during festive season to support gun amnesty program. Ghana Water Company Limited explores collaboration with mining companies for water supply in Takwa. Ghana Post assures smooth sale of security service recruitment forms in the Ashanti region. These and many more coming up shortly. President Mahama has retreated his administration view of marriage as a union between a man and a woman. This stance comes amid discussions on proposed anti-LGBTQ bill in Parliament. He revealed that his decision to sign the bill will depend on its context and specifics, while suggesting the bill should be a government-sponsored bill rather than a private member's bill for broader consultation and legitimacy.
That the bill was never submitted to the president for assent. So it was not submitted and the president did not assent. And by the constitution, any bill that is not assented to by the president before the expiration of the life of parliament expires. And so it means that the bill has to be relayed in the House. The Speaker has given notice that he will allow it to be relayed. But if you want the position of my government, marriage is between man and woman. A person's gender is determined at birth. And then also that the family is the foundation of our nation. That is our position. And so there are no questions or equivocations about what we believe. I believe that we are completely aligned with the Christian Council in terms of your belief. And so we agree with the Speaker to relay the bill and let Parliament, debate it. And if there are any amendments or whatever that have to be done. If the Parliament of the people of Ghana endorse the bill, and vote on it and pass it, and it comes to me as president, I will sign it.
The Ministry of Interior has announced a ban on the use of firearms during festivals and celebration from December 1st, 2025 to January 15th, 2026 in support of the upcoming gun amnesty. Interior Minister Muntaka Mumbarak emphasized that all traditional authorities and organizations must comply with the directive. The gun amnesty program, which starts on December 1st, aims to reduce the proliferation of illicit arms in the country and promote public safety. During this period, individuals can surrender unregistered firearms without fear of prosecution. The Minister of Interior Muntaka Mumbarak urged Ghanaians to support the initiative and join efforts to build a more secure and prosperous society.
The following measures will accompany the gun amnesty: a 6-week amnesty window for voluntary surrender of the illicit arms, which is from the 1st of December to the 15th of January. Suspension of issuing new firearms permits for importation and sales during this amnesty. So those who want to venture into the business and will want to have new license, they will have to wait until after this period. Temporary ban on the use of firearms in traditional celebration. And this is something that is so important to us. We've engaged all our regional ministers and we've tasked our regional ministers to get all our regional House of Chiefs and our opinion leaders and chiefs to know, while this amnesty lasts, it doesn't really matter whether what you have is licensed or not. We just want to silence the gun in this stage. So during funeral, during festivals, all the celebration, we just don't want to see any gun there. And we are putting in very rigorous measures. And we don't want to have any confrontation with any traditional authority. Please bear with us and let us be able to streamline these illicit arms that are in our hands. Many of us will attest to the fact we all know that it is this gunpowder that we usually use at celebration. Today, at this celebration, you see bomb action, you see pistols. In some instances, we even see AK-47 and G3s being bundled at funerals, at other ceremonies. We are saying that during these 6 weeks, it doesn't really matter whether it is gunpowder, whatever it is. Please bear with us and observe the ban, because we are going to enforce this vigorously, and we do not want to have any confrontation with any.
According to report, Managing Director of Ghana Water Company Limited, Adam Mutawakilu, has indicated plans for Ghana Water Company Limited to engage with mining companies in the Takwa enclave. The aim is to utilize stagnant water from mining pits to treat and supply water to Takwa and surrounding communities. The Bonza Headworks, a critical water treatment facility supplying Takwa, was temporarily shut down in January 2025 due to severe pollution from illegal mining activities in the Bonza River. This has led to challenges in treating water due to high pollution levels and water bodies caused by Galamsey regions. To bring a stop to that, the company has implemented a catchment recovery plan to improve water quality and reduce treatment costs.
From here, we'll be visiting the mining pit lake to see if it is possible we can tap it from one of the mining pits lake to this. And maybe when I say mining pit lake, people might think that it's contaminated. This is not the treatment part of it. This is just the extraction. As the mining company extracts and it goes deep, they sometimes hit aquifers, which are huge reservoirs of water and quite clean. So tap from there and pump it to the station. That's what one of the options we'll be looking at once I'm here. So you tap from there, you treat it. Now we'll have a booster station there. It pumps the raw water to the treatment plant here instead of going through here. And once that one, the turbidity is like less than is zero. As we have already done some work on it, turbidity is zero. And where it is, illegal mining and any other activity cannot affect it because it's deep down. So it's one of the surest way of making sure that our plants continue to work. And once we have huge mining companies here, it will be one of the options we should be looking at in providing water to this. With the one we have there, it contains almost 20 million cubic meters of water in terms of volume. And that is huge. And that means that all year round, this plant can work every day because the capacity is about 5,000 cubic meters per day. So you can imagine 20 million. So it can continue to work for a long time. And doesn't mean that it's just the reservoir and therefore you empty and that's all. It continues to refill.
President of the Eastern Regional House of Chiefs, Nene Sakiti II, has urged graduating public health professionals to tackle the Galamsey menace urgently. He cautioned that contaminated water from illegal operations poses serious health risk to communities. He emphasized that the lack of political will to address the issue is disappointing and disturbing. Nene II stressed that Galamsey is not just an environmental issue, but a public health crisis that requires immediate action. The Pharmaceutical Society of Ghana has also called for Galamsey to be declared a national public health emergency, citing its devastating impact on ecosystems, agricultural productivities, and water sources essential for medicine production.
This is gratifying indeed because it signifies that we are making progress around here in our young university. Since this is a commencement exercise, I would also like to say congratulations to graduates on this immense achievement in public health. You are now equipped as problem solvers, change makers, and system builders, ready to tackle the injustices and promote well-being for all our communities. Your work will be vital in promoting healthy lifestyles, preventing disease, and responding to global health challenges, as your name clearly depicts. Embrace the challenges ahead with the knowledge and passion you have gained to create a healthier and more equitable future for all of us, everyone.
The Ashanti Regional Head Postmaster Emmanuel Dodu has assured the public of a smooth process in the sale of recruitment forms for police, prisons, immigration and fire services in the Ashanti region. According to him, safety and crowd control measures are in place to ensure orderly transactions. He cautioned interested applicants to beware of scammers portraying as protocol officers. The recruitment for the Ghana Police Service, Ghana Immigration Service, National Fire Service and Ghana Prison Service started on November 17th and will run until December 19th, 2025.
Actually, you know, in terms of this, everybody is rushing to come and get it. So if it happens like that, you know how it will be. It will be like everybody wants to rush. But we develop a standard of when you come, we give you a number, then you'll be in the queue. When it gets to your turn, then you come and purchase your own. So far that's what we are doing now. We have a lot of, the forms are there, so many of them. But we have about a month to sell it. But unfortunately, when you come and you tell them that maybe they should go and come, or probably when it's time and we have to go, you see that when you are closing the door, you will see people even trying to come in. But we can sell it up to the end, let's say about 20th or 21st of December. So we are telling the people that you rushing for it right now doesn't make it that there's a saying that Udikan Kota now in Dibim. So when you are rushing for it doesn't mean automatically you'll be employed or you'll be taken by these forces. So they should take their time and then give us ample time. We will serve them and serve them.
A prominent legal commentator, Peter Mensah, welcomed the appointment of Justice Paul Bafo-Boni as the new Chief Justice. Deliberating on the appointment of the CJ, he said it has brought back hope, ignited confidence and restored integrity to the judicial system. Speaking in an interview, he expressed optimism about the new Chief Justice's ability to lead the judiciary and uphold the rule of law.
On my na yet teacher, and Mara Anya the teacher. And Diana make kind of yamas, who program back where I am a depa, or Emranes is saying. Emranos is saying. A one meramu, a quaya ya fasu ye, or penny beard. Chief Justice, you, electoral commission, and the state commission's has no, and Mara why ya fasu ye the issue muddy. And beautiful. You so your mum, ya, Eddie, ye penny back will be a diwukuma. Above Fraba. Above so you see the same Emra. Eddie, you are paying for false word. I know the most sorry I could do. That is for that Emra Saman. I dear your coffee, some Republic of Umbofia, Emrabi, and you swap. Umbofia, as a mamma by with your Umbofia mine. Ghana by. Ghana for free Ghana. And to know, I am maybe a coffee free baby. So I just say, I am a coffee free baby. And covet me a can somehow kenning na. I am bravo constitution and I shall to pepe. It didn't be only empty before she and not catch almost. I won't try a mraba who are your busso. Nyenga komona na fe de ato mo ne merry go round. And you make come sa what me ma bra ba kwa. Se mra wei na pese mama ban ye bu so se ye ma me dokuno afro. Omo tumi kire. Na je se ye fa mra kwan so. And na ye san so afa mra kwan so and ye appoint new justice. Chief Justice. So who? Now you appointed Chief Justice and a President Emma admonition. Is that Mameka say the appointment of Chief Justice Bafu Boni has brought hope, ignites that confidence, and brought integrity back to the judiciary system in the country. Because say you share the experience of Yoruba Bafu Boni over the years. And Amrano say dear oye long serving Chief Justice in the panel. And young fan say Omiye Chief Justice. And I say Justice of the Supreme Court. And young fan say Omiye Chief Justice. It doesn't say your fan brand so kwana. And you have papa experience. And your more judicial system no mun yana be dia dan here say ah say yeah there will be a what experience or what name dear what chatty I was in judicial system you pa dia you be a check you Bafu Boni.
The Christian Council of Ghana is calling on President John Dramani Mahama to revive the National Cathedral project despite its current economic struggles. The council made this appeal during a meeting with the president, emphasizing on a properly managed project for a lasting spiritual and cultural landmark. The project, which was initiated by former President Nana Akufo-Addo, has been marred by controversy over costs and allegations of financial mismanagement. However, the president has ordered a forensic audit into the project, citing concerns over transparency and national consultation. They urged the government to position the cathedral as an interdenominational symbol.
While we are aware of the prevailing economic difficulties, we believe that the cathedral's completion under a transparent, accountable, and inclusive framework would serve as a spiritual and cultural landmark for generations to come. We therefore humbly recommend Your Excellency the following three things. That government reaffirms its commitment to the project, to its continuation and completion, ensuring transparency in financial administration. 2, that a broad-based funding structure involving churches, the private sector, international partners be developed to reduce the fiscal pressure on the state. And 3, that the cathedral be positioned as a national interdenominational project that fosters unity among our people. Item number 4, the anti-graft stance of government.
In business, Ghana is projected to reach a gross domestic product of about 100 billion by the end of the year in monetary terms, driven by positive economic indicators. This is according to the Director of Rural Sector Policy Division at the Ministry of Finance. The country's gross domestic product in monetary terms currently stands at about $49 billion following the economic rebasing. Speaking at the Deloitte Economic Dialogue in Accra, Samuel Akast hinted that the country will end the year with a higher per capita in income and GDP level that could push Ghana further into the higher segment of the lower middle income category. About 10 years ago, in dollar terms, our gross domestic growth was around $49 billion. Today, one of the key things about the economic performance is that things are pointing in the right direction. For the very first time, by the end of 2025, which will be calculated by next year in April, will be in a pole position to hit 100 billion for the first time in our history. At the same time, it's possible our per capita income will hit about 300,000 also for very first time, inching up away from the median into the higher level of the lower middle income bracket, he disclosed, presenting its verdict on the budget. The country managing partner to Deloitte, Daniel Owusu, said the economy has shown optimism and resilience after the domestic debt exchange program. He believes that businesses will have more confidence to invest in the economy from next year. To sports, the Black Stars' difficult tour of Asia continued on Tuesday as Ghana slipped to a narrow 1-0 defeat to South Korea, closing their Caribbean Cup campaign without a single win and raising fresh concerns ahead of next year's competitive fixtures. A second half header from Lee T settled the contest in favor of the host, punishing the Ghana side, creating chances but lacked the cutting edge and composure required at this level. Ghana began brightly and produced several promising moments in the first half. Kalmadin Suleiman forced an early save after drifting inside, while Christopher Bonsuba had a shot blocked inside the box. Goalkeeper Benjamin Asari, one of Ghana's standout performers, kept the game goalless with a series of sharp saves. The Black Stars controlled spells of the first half, but too often made poor decisions in their final third. Headers from Prince Edu and later Bonsuba evaded the target. Brendan Thomas Asante struck the post from distance in the second half. South Korea, however, grew into the game. After sustained pressure and consecutive corner, Lite finally broke the deadlock in the 63rd minute, rising highest to the guide across from Linkani into the bottom corner. There was further drama in the 74th minute when Korea earned a penalty, but Benjamin Asari produced a brilliant save to deny them and keep Ghana alive. Despite the late surge, Korea managed the game well, slowing the tempo and winning key fouls to frustrate Ghana's momentum. With this defeat, Ghana earned the Caribbean Cup without registering a single victory, having fallen to Japan and South Korea in successive matches. The Black Stars will return to Ghana with valuable lessons but urgent work to do. Defensive discipline has improved, and some individuals expressed, but the inability to score in open play throughout the tournament is a concern the technical team must address. Ghana's next international window presents a chance to reset, rebuild confidence, and stabilize a team that desperately needs fluidity and result. Medina came alive on Saturday, 15th November, as the vibrant community gathered for the highly anticipated Medina Community Football Tournament, organized by Pride Spain in collaboration with GAMS Wellness Center. The one-day event combined the excitement of grassroots football with the needed health and social awareness initiatives, drawing hundreds of spectators and participants to the local pitch. In a fiercely contested final, Medina Stars emerged victorious, defeating Jet 11 to claim the championship title. Alonso 11 secured third place after strong performance throughout the knockout stages. Beyond the football, the event places a strong emphasis on community well-being. GAMS Wellness Center delivered an impactful talk on drug abuse prevention, educating players and spectators alike on the dangers of substance misuse and available support for resources. The Pride Spain's Community Football Tournament has once again proven to be a cornerstone event for local unity, sportsmanship and public health awareness. Kojo Saban, Executive Director of EMI Africa, has addressed the growing chatter about his personal life. In an interview, he stated clearly of not hiding marital ties. I am in a stable relationship, he said confidently. putting to rest the rumors that claimed otherwise. He explained that although he attracts attention, he remains focused on his work and committed to the person he is. When the subject of marriage came up, Sabo said he preferred something intimate and financially sensible. He noted that he could not realistically cater for a large gathering. And that is all for now on the morning news update. I will be back with subsequent news bulletin later in the afternoon. Until that, do have a good morning and don't forget to log on to all streaming platforms for more news update.
Are you ready to amplify your business or brand's reach and make a meaningful impact in Ghana and beyond? Partner with GhanaTalks Radio today to connect with a diverse audience across Ghana and beyond. Elevate your brand through on-air promotions and social media. Boost your brand during prime time. With GhanaTalks Radio, you can extend your reach across digital platforms. GhanaTalks Radio is not just a station, it's just a community hub where your brand becomes part of the conversation. Join us in fostering connections, celebrating culture, and making a lasting impression. For customized sponsorship packages and enquiries, email contact@GhanaTalksRadio.com or call +233 202 544614. GhanaTalks Radio, giving the youth a voice.
What do you want for breakfast? How do you want your breakfast?
English breakfast, French fries.
Koko Nikosi, alo komi kesheto.
Wache.
Well, Gobe is the real deal.
Join us on Ghana Talks Radio. Let's serve you a buffet of breakfast.
From news headlines review, current affairs to social issues,
entertainment, sports, and all the trending stories live on our mobile app and across all socials from Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m.
With me, Pakwesi Omare,
Regina Bless,
Deborah Adoso,
and I am Esinal Fiagbedu. This is Ghana Talks Breakfast Show.
Ghana Talks Radio wo UK abrochimemu era from Ghana mu ha the sound system which spinning machine papa every amana ne ababegu o Ghana mu ha enti se we ye a year we engagement we wedding we birthday party political parties are mo rally some we sorry mo crusade so we book carnival or any kind of event now we pe spinning machine papa a boa sound no mu dia any me kanfo GTR sounds the emawo ya wa live band nso a woto nsa the friend ya yebetimi ababeboa ama wudwumedi a wudie nso atimi aye kama pa ya wo enkan poponi mantamo anya aponchi hotel ahopepepe na yebutuo odi am se wo be frɛ empanifo ɛwɔ 0546960510 GTR sounds emu de angaza.
What do you want for breakfast? How do you want your breakfast?
English breakfast, French fries.
Koko Nikosi, alo komi kesheto.
Wache.
Well, Gobe is the real deal.
Join us on Ghana Talks Radio. Let's serve you a buffet of breakfast.
From news headlines review, current affairs to social issues,
entertainment, sports, and all the trending stories live on our mobile app and across all socials from Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m.
With me, Pakwesi Omare,
Regina Bless,
Deborah Adoso,
and I am Esinal Fiagbedu. This is Ghana Talks Breakfast Show.
to amplify your business or brand's reach and make a meaningful impact in Ghana and beyond. Partner with Ghana Talks Radio today to connect with a diverse audience across Ghana and beyond. Elevate your brand through on-air promotions and social media. Boost your brand during prime time. With Ghana Talks Radio, you can extend your reach across digital platforms. Ghana Talks Radio is not just a station, it is a community hub where your brand becomes part of the conversation. Join us in fostering connections, celebrating culture, and making a lasting impression. For customized sponsorship packages and enquiries, email contact@GhanaTalksRadio.com or call +233 202 544614. Ghana Talks Radio, giving the youth a voice.
What do you want for breakfast? How do you want your breakfast?
English breakfast, French fries.
Koko Nikosi, alo komi kesheto.
Wache.
Well, Gobe is the real deal.
Join us on Ghana Talks Radio. Let's serve you a buffet of breakfast.
From news headlines review, current affairs to social issues.
Entertainment, sports, and all the trending stories live on our mobile app and across all socials. From Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m.
With me, Pakwesi Omare.
Regina Bless.
Deborah Adoso.
And I am Esinal Fiagbedu. This is Ghana Talks Breakfast Show.
Ghana Talks Radio wo UK abrochimemu era from Ghana mu ha the sound system me spinning machine papa every amana ne aba begu o Ghana mu ha enti se we ye a year we ye engagement we ye wedding we ye birthday party political parties are mo ye rally se mo ye sorry mo ye crusade so we work carnival or any kind of event. Now we pay spinning machine papa a boss sound in the mu the dia any me can for GTR sounds at the emao. Ya wa live band in so a woto nsa at the friend ya yebetimi ababeboa ama udwumedia wudi ene so atimi aye kama pa. Ya wo enkan poponi mantemo anya aponchi hotel a pepepe ena yebutu odi ane se wo be frɛ empanifo e wo 0546960510 GTR sounds emu de angaza.
This is Ghana Talks Breakfast Show, your morning companion. This is Ghana Talks Breakfast Show, your morning companion.
morning to you once again, lovely listeners of Ghana Talks Radio. You are welcome to the Ghana Talks Breakfast Show. Right here, we give you all the latest headlines making waves in the news and all the latest news right here on the show. And right here in the second segment of the show, we bring you topics and we come along with knowledgeable guests who are going to dive into the issues, and we seek to ask them of their informed perspectives and opinions on issues that matter to you every morning right here on the show. This morning, we are privileged to have a member from the NDC communications team and also a member from the NPP communications team. This morning we have in our mess right here in the studio who is going to talk on topical issues and national issues that matter to you every morning right here on the show. We have this morning in our mess Mr. Emmanuel Chambers, who is the NPP communications member for Zavzugu. Please forgive me. And we also have Same Kwache, right? Same Kwache, who is also the NDC Youth Communications member. Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning.
How are you doing?
By the grace of God, you are fine.
Yeah, Mr.
For me, I'm fine.
For you, you're fine. Oh, it's good. It's good to hear that you're fine, and it means the system is treating you fine as well. Don't look at me that way.
I don't have to go that way, do.
Not
the system. Just,
I will not listen to you. You said you are fine. That was what you told me.
my brother is just trying to be. I don't want to say sarcastic, but which I'm not doing that. For me, once there is a good government for me to pay a loan I took from MTN over 4 years for me to be able to pay. In this kind era, I think the only thing that's left is life, and once there is life, there is everything.
There's everything.
Yes. Okay.
Nicely said.
That is to say that there's money in the system. Right?
Please come forward a bit.
Right.
That is to say the word.
There's money in the system. Is that not what he's saying?
And that's what he's saying. But do you believe there's money in the system?
Do you believe it yourself?
Oh, I think I believe.
When farmers are out there crying.
The farmers are crying.
Out there crying.
Which specific farmers? Because we have specification of farmers.
I'm telling you, I'm a farmer.
You're a farmer?
Of course.
What are you into?
Maize, rice, and yams.
Oh, really?
We are crying.
But why are they crying? What do you let me finish your thing first, Mr. Kwachi.
Simple. A bowl of maize now is 10 cedis. And
but formerly, how much was it?
20, 25, 30.
And now it's 10 cedis.
10 cedis.
But isn't that a reduction?
That is a reduction.
Great.
Massive reduction.
And then
what happened is that people have invested a lot into farming.
Yes.
You can go and take a loan, invest into farming. Then you bring your farm produce to the market. Then they will tell you a bowl of rice or maize 10 cedis. You have already run at loss. If you have given out this farm produce free of charge to people who cannot even afford to buy food, it's better than selling it.
It's better than selling.
You understand? For yams there, I won't even talk about it. I won't talk about what. You see, when they read the budget, my expectations were not met. Seriously. I was thinking the government will put some beautiful initiatives in place to ensure that farmers will smile. But throughout that empty budget read to us, all they care about is sanitary part and other things. They don't care about the cry of farmers. And farmers are the backbone of this this country. And until that is realized, we will never harden the system called the backbone of the country. And so I want to submit on clear grounds that Honorable Eric Opoku would be the worst and non-performance minister.
Oh, are you sure?
In the history of Ghana, if he doesn't sit up. Farmers are crying there. Those in the southern part of Ghana, mostly some of them are not involved, are not engaged in farming, so they don't know what is going on. When I take you back to northern region, I'm telling you, you cry. And as we sit, until that ban on food, cereals, the exportation of cereals is uplifted, we will never know happiness. as farmers, we will never know happiness, and our cry is too much. So I'm saying that soon and very soon, we farmers would have to go all out, hit the streets hard, and register our displeasure to this government, so that they will know that we the farmers are really serious. We the farmers are really serious. They are taking us for granted. You cannot import rice and encourage us to eat our local rice. Why do you have to import foreign rice? You understand? So clearly it tells us that they don't care about the farmers. This is not about politics. What I'm saying here, honestly, it's not about politics. It's not about politics. It's about the betterment of farmers. Look, what is happening? Farmers are losing interest. They are gradually losing interest. I don't think if you're a farmer, you go and take a loan and invest into farming, and at the end of the day, they'll come and tell you that soya beans, rice, and maize. I think this is the ban. These are the food, the farm produce they put a ban on. I don't think you invest into any of these areas. Then the government will come and tell you that don't send it outside the country. Eat it locally, and the local people who are buying it are not also buying it at high prices. What is going on?
Right.
Well, I don't think we are here because of agriculture, but I'm saying that what they read the other day was an empty budget presented. Once farmers are not smiling and nothing was captured about farmers. In fact, it's an empty budget.
It's an empty budget. Right. Mr. Kwache, what can you say to that?
What would he even have to
do
say?
you know something? I'm extremely happy for where he started from. And I'm not surprised. You see, Ghanaians, in a way, punish the MPP for a reason. And the reason is very simple. You see, asked him a simple question, whether there was money and there was food in the system. And he has to just rattle. I'm not surprised. It's their character. Right from His Excellency Nanado Dankwa, Dr. Alhaji Baumia. It's their character, their nature. So I'm not surprised. Once he comes from a similar family.
What's our nature?
I'm not surprised. A family that when a simple question is being put onto them, they have to just rattle for Ghanaians to see that, oh, we are intelligent. But you see, irrespective of how good you speak the English language or whatever it is, whatever language that you have, practicality is always necessary. And let me take this opportunity to greet our cherished listeners who are watching us out there, Ghana and beyond. Because the last time I was here, the feedback was very great. It was very warming.
It was very
you see, let me come to what he said concerning agriculture,
right?
So that we dive into
the topic for today.
Yes. Do you know? The reason why I said MPP don't think about Ghanaians is that he's here crying because maize is not selling at 50 cedis per bucket or whatever it is.
But he's now selling at 10 cedis.
Yes, he is crying. For the
farmers are crying.
No,
Let's put that on record.
No.
Farmers are crying, not me.
So you are speaking on behalf of the whole farmers.
And I'm telling you, my presence here is always to speak for the voiceless.
For the voiceless.
Same as I am.
And so don't say I'm crying. It is rather the farmers that are crying.
Once you were talking, I went talking.
So let me ask this, Mr.
Let me no, this one I know. I don't interfere negatively. I just want to clear something so that you don't put you don't misinform the public. The thing is this.
Let me tell you something.
I had a video. If you follow me on what is it, TikTok. I posted something about farming. How farmers are suffering. If you go there and read the comments over there, and I'm telling
you actually draw this conclusion looking at the engagement you had on social media with regards to the post you made.
I'm telling you, and sometimes people come and say, oh, forget this, I am NEC communication officer and all that, but what they are treating or how they are treating the farmers is too poor. I have the post here, and if you go through it, madam, you cry.
You see, I was here smiling when he was talking. Do you know the reason why?
Why?
It was under their government that in 2018, Honorable Sefi Akuto, His Excellency Ekufuado, Dr. Alhaji Mahamadou Baumia, and their own Kenufuriata went to the ECOWAS food stock to buy 27,000 tons of maize and rice. Now, are you aware that in recent times, the ECOWAS food stock are requesting for their repayment of what they came for? in 2018. Wait. Please wait. It was this MPP government that when Ghanaians were crying that the prices of maize, the price of this are going too high, we had a whole agriculture minister who said, "Me amadane me ho oba makogu aso. Me ma me adu amansa ordinary ni omabeba market abeton no. Me minister makota begu market. Se wo wale a faka na beto board ni bi eyefo a. Does this make sense? If you are here, for instance, even you, if you are here and I tell you that he said things are going high, go to the ministries and go and buy. Does it make sense? We have a current agriculture minister. Let me greet Honorable Eric Opoku. They are half gentleman. You see, the man is just proving. Honorable Eric Opoku. He has been a minister to the Ashantis before. And recently when His Excellency John Dramani Mahama was making appointment, people were crying for him to just become a regional minister of their region. Do you know why? It sends a straight signal out there that he is just a proven gentleman. He has done it before. He has vowed to pay the 27,000 tons of maize and rice that they went borrowed to come and sort the Ghanaian economy. He was here telling the people of Ghana that the president said we should eat Ghana,
Ghana,
yes, those kind of. Yeah. Do you know that recently, I think 3 days ago, the Deputy Minister of Agriculture, Honorable John Dumelo, MP for Ayawaso West, yes, donated made in Ghana crops to certain schools for them to just know that we can also eat our own. It's not a matter of importing foodstuffs from outside the country. It was under these people's administration that the money that we used to import frozen chicken, chicken that was frozen since 2020, they will go and bring it for us to eat. Under this administration, His Excellency the President and the noble Minister of Agriculture, you see, one thing that makes somebody noble is that once I'm here, what am I also adding to the show? It's not all that the show is bringing on board that I have to depend on. What am I also bringing on board positively to change the show in a good direction? That's what makes somebody noble. It's under the leadership of Honorable Eric Opoku that in Nkukwo of which they were laughing is being launched. Now all that you need is to go to your district, fill identification forms and take it. Then you take their feed and stuff, you go and do it. The government will be monitoring so that at the end of the day, the money that we use to import will be used for infrastructure. Is this not a good governance?
It's good, just like
let him finish.
Guinea fowls.
Maybe
we are trending much into the
recently. Yesterday, I was
discussion.
Yesterday, I was making some research, and I found a post by the Ashanti Regional Minister, Dr. Frank Amoakwehini.
Yeah.
And now you see, I have to applaud that gentleman. He made a post that the MPP should not make attempt of going all out to buy chicken and kill them and throw them on the streets just to snap pictures and post on social media that President Ninko and they can do it. These MPP people, they are not people that the ordinary Ghanaian trust anymore. A government that had 169 seats came down to 138. They never changed their thoughts and ideas. They rather went to the villages to buy few plantains, cassava to the ministries for the ordinary Ghanaian who is at Paga to pick a car and come and buy plantain here. You see, me, sometimes I find it very difficult for somebody from the MPP, the opposition rivals, to criticize this government. Because Ghanaians gave you 8 good years to do something meaningful. And at the end of the day, all that we can see is corruption.
It's corruption.
Corruption. corruption.
Right.
And the Ghanaian people are crying out there. So when you come and sit here and tell me that you are fighting for the ordinary farmer or the voiceless, it's absolutely lies.
It's absolutely right.
Yes.
So, Mr. Chambers, I guess that makes you feel better.
No, at all. Like I thought you was going to counter and submit clearly on some of the things they are doing to help the farmers, and he was lamenting. And I mean, I'm coming. Let me submit this. And he was lamenting, stating that we went in 2018 borrowing food or taking food from economy, what is it, ECOWAS community or whatever. That was okay. You see, our system has allowed that when there's a shortage of food in this country, you can probably run or you can seek for support or help. Right. I want him to know that the current government, the current head of government we have today, that is the President John Dramani Mahama, in 2013 was the president of this country. 2014 was the president of this country. When there was a shortage of food where senior high school students were asked to leave schools and go back to their homes, what did he do? They ran back, they went there, took food, and fed some of the senior high school, and some senior high school have to even sit in the house. But then I was in senior high school. We sat in the house more than 2 months before they call us back. You understand? So you don't sit here to tell me that in 2018 we went looking for food and prices of food was high. Let me tell you one thing. At all material times, every government must adjust. You understand?
Yes.
In 2013, 2014, there was complete shortage of food. In 2018, shortage of food. Do you know what happened? No, it doesn't restrict any of the government to go and seek for help. Food is life. You agree? So in attempt to go for food, you look at some possible measures so that in the long run, it catches every Ghanaian household. That notwithstanding, if you go out for food and there's food, let's say today as you speak, we are lamenting because the prices of food is down. What is the government supposed to do? Completely. The ban on the cereals exportation, uplift it. Let the food go out. Isn't it? Just like the way we brought it in. So simple. I was expecting him to just say this. You understand? We are not asking too much from the government. We are only saying that the government should uplift the ban, let the food travel outside the country, so that at least our farmers will smile. The recycling of food in this country is what is causing the problem. There's plenty of food in the system. So uplift the ban. Let it go out. Those days when they put the ban, there was shortage because there was shortage of food in the country. So simple mathematics. Stephanie, let's go ahead.
Is he?
I think
that'll be all. Let me correct something. Before we move to today's topics, give me a minute. You see, he said something before he started.
What did he say?
He said it's good to borrow, and I'm not surprised. When
I said borrow food, please, I meant food.
But when you borrow food, I borrow money. It's not the same thing.
You have said that, President. You have told us that 2013, 2014, and then that means you have to read.
So meaning the country should be
you
borrowing.
You have to read.
My dear, you know something. Will you be surprised if I tell you I'm a product of their so-called free SHS?
No, I won't be surprised.
Okay. Let me tell you something. Under the free SHS, he said in 2013, 2014, secondary schools were asked to go home. You see, this government is a wicked government. It was under this same government that people in the free SHS were given spoiled food. 1. 2. It was under this same government that when we were in school, they used to tell us that call home, let them send you something on Eduaniasa. I was a prefect in one of the schools that I will not mention.
I think my brother is not speaking to this topic.
Why am I not?
I am expecting you to tell the people.
You see, he said the government is not doing anything to help farmers. You know one significant thing that the government have done.
What is it?
All right.
Once I was coming down from mountains,
we will look into that.
Once I was coming down from mountains,
Mr. Kwache,
a transportation that last year I would have used is now reduced. So
we'll look look for another suitable day. Then we'll look into agriculture. Okay. So right now,
my friends from the NDP,
let's dive into today's issues.
Okay.
Right. So for our first topic, Democracy Hub sues aspiring presidential candidate Nana Kwame Bediako over alleged false allegation. Now, let me give you the insight of the story. Civil society group Democracy Hub has filed a defamation libel lawsuit in the High Court against businessman and aspiring presidential candidate Nana Kwame Bediako, also known as Chada or Freedom Jacob Caesar, According to the lawsuit, Bediako made statements on 25th and 26th September 2024 that falsely portrayed Democracy Hub as a partisan organization and politically sponsored. In a public statement, Democracy Hub said these claims are entirely false, without basis and inconsistent with our long-standing record of independent civic mobilization. The group emphasized that its major protests, including hashtag Fix the Country, hashtag Occupy Jilobi House, and hashtag Stop Galamsey, were organized transparently, publicly, and without backing from any political party. Democracy Hub says Bediako's remarks harm the reputation of its organizers and undermine the integrity of civic activism in Ghana. They are asking the court to declare his statements false, force him to retract them publicly, and award damages for defamation. So that is coming from Democracy Hub. They are suing Bediako, aka Chada, due to a certain statement that he made. Mr. Chambers, do you see anything wrong with the statements coming from our aspiring president, Nana Bediako? Do you see anything wrong with what he said with regards to Democracy Hub being backed by a particular political party? That is how come they come out to organize these whole campaigns and protests, so on and so forth.
Thank you so much. And first of all, I want to extend my gratitude to all our cherished listeners. It's indeed prudent that we sit here because of them, and because of them, we are also happy when we appear here.
Right.
Now, carefully observing the lawsuit, I gone through the petition, the statement of claims, and as well as the reliefs.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed. If you look at one thing about this country is that democracy is something we have really upheld to some extent.
Yes.
Yes, some areas we could say that one way or the other, or certain acts, democracy is not, held strongly. But per our laws, defamation is indeed forbidden in this country. Misinformation as well as disinformation is also something that our laws condemned in this country. And before you say something, you must have evidence to what you say.
Yes.
That's very clear. Now, carefully observing the topic, I am of the view that the statement of claims by the Democracy Hubs, it's indeed a very weak one. It's a weak one, and if you read it through, you will understand that this group of people, the Democracy Hub, it's seeking to achieve some ulterior motives. Why am I saying so? I think that's the new force aspiring presidential candidate.
Yeah, Nana Bediako.
Yeah, good. Cheddar. I would prefer the Cheddar.
Okay, that's fine.
Cheddar made that statement and posted it on his X account. That was somewhere back 2024.
Yeah.
And I don't know what legal action was taken by then. And to the best of my knowledge, I'm guided though, there wasn't any legal action taken.
As at that time.
When he made the statement.
So why are they taking legal actions?
That is the question. Why are they taking
what
it
happened?
Now? Good. That is one paramount thing that we need to look at. So if you look at, for me, I am speaking to the claims, and then the reliefs they are stated. In the reliefs, they are asking and requesting Cheddar to pay damages, right?
Yeah, damages
for defamatory.
The statements as well.
And the second one is to withdraw or retract the statements.
Right.
And also render an apology.
An apology.
It's not too much to ask for. The last two claims is not too much, to ask for.
But the first
one.
But
the ulterior motive lies in the first one.
In the first one. How much are they asking for?
I think they are about three claims. Reliefs. Yes. But for the claims, they are much, If we also go into the claims, the statement of claims, they have also stated that when he made that statement, they didn't look at it carefully. But because he has continuously repeated the videos, I have the claims here. I mean the petition here. You understand? I don't know. Let me just take something I am very interested in, so as to get the public along. Sorry about that.
Don't worry, that's fine.
I just hope. Okay, so
Right.
I think the D. So they are requesting the plaintiff for the injury of reputations, distress, humiliations, loss of public confidence, and the continual harm caused by the defendants. Then A of E, the defendants created malicious information. B, the deliberate rejections and insider knowledge to lend false credibility to his allegations. C, the repeated publications of multiple videos. That is the reason they are in court. People that are supposed to be the independent body seeking to look into our justice, legal system. They are saying that because someone has repeatedly posted a video, they are dragging the person to court. And what is it for? In 2014, some group of people came out to say that what is it? Galamsey activities was going high and all that.
That was in 2014.
That was in 2024. Sorry
2024,
about that. 2024.
Right.
Then looking at, I want to believe that the statement he made, he never mentioned anybody's name.
It was just a statement
It's just a statement he made.
Right.
And because of the geopolitics system we practice in Ghana here,
yes,
I think my brothers in the NDC side holistically have embraced it that no, whatever it is, they were talking about us. They were talking about the NDC. That is clear if you look at it. As at then, they never spoke about it. Even when NDC assumed power in January this year, they never spoke about it. They didn't see it necessary going to court. Now, the question which we're asking ourselves is, did they even have evidence to the fact that, apart from the X account, did they have evidence to the fact that the video or the message was repeated publicly? That is what they are seeking for. They are saying that the message or the video, the statement made by Cheddar, was repeated or is repeated on different social media platforms. And which I know, searching around it, it's only on the X account he posted it. You understand? And so I want to say that if they want the money, if the democracy hub want the money from the man, clearly they should state it. But if you make this statement, we have live in this country where people mount on platforms and say that others are, someone said Baumia is eating pork, right?
Yes, someone made that statement.
Someone, Basanteli, Malik, he made that statement. Baumia is eating pork. He has evidence to it. You understand? He said Nana was smoking. He's a smoker. Nobody dragged him to court. In political era or season, people make a lot of statements.
So you think as a stance now is coming from a political stance?
And I am saying that there are people who are behind this, and even when you observe that particular demonstration organized, it was organized by the influence of some political members.
Are you sure?
I am very sure. Why am I saying so? In way back 2024, you did not talk about it. Even when the NDC won power, swore in January this year, the former Chief Justice was there. You didn't talk about it. The new Chief Justice has just come in. That is where, within a twinkling of an eye, you see it very necessary coming out to protest that the statement made by Cheddar was not right. Nobody was against Galamsey. Let's now ask ourselves, this is the era we sit, that the activities of Galamsey has been tripled. Why are they silenced? This is the area we sit. We have members of parliament fighting and promoting Galamsey. If a member of parliament is fighting, task force asked to go and fight against Galamsey, are you not promoting Galamsey? Why are they quiet? Have you finally said that democracy hubs is dead? They are not seeing what is happening. The censorship in the country where you cannot comfortably sit anywhere and speak. Are they quiet? Are they saying that they are not in the country or they are not seeing it? And so for me, their silence to certain matters has clearly, I'm not a judge, I'm not a legal person. I'm not taking a full stand on this matter. But I'm saying that the Democracy Hub, they are stand on certain matters. It's driving to that Bermuda Triangle of confirming that they are trying to, take money or collect things from this man, or to at least paint the man black and say that he's not qualified enough to be the president of this country.
But I don't see that these statements he made actually draws him to that level.
No, the statement he made doesn't drop him to that level. But they are trying to paint him. You see, sometimes when you are striving to be a leader and people are dragging you because of your comments and statements, at the end of the day, the public will see you as unfit person to occupy a position. But my stand on this matter is that yes, the statement the gentleman made doesn't call for any petition, and they should not worry the gentleman. He made a statement every political leader in this country has been making. We have president of this country, a sitting president, made certain statements describing and body shaming people. Short people cannot be president and all that. We have seen those things. Malik and Kodi are occupying high offices in this country today. They are saying the former president was a smoker. They saw people and all stuff. They didn't do anything about it. This is not the first time a high-ranked person in this country is coming to say something. And what he has said, you understand? If they are holding him responsible based on one or two things, they should never state in their release or their claims that Cheddar has repeatedly posted the video. That's what we should be looking at. This is well captured. And if you have not gone through that statement, if you have not gone through that statement of claims or release, my brother, I beg you, don't counter this thing. Sometimes we need to put away our political interests and face issues the way they are supposed to be faced. You understand? Yeah. So my stand is that the gentleman has not committed any crime. Cheddar has not committed any crime, and because of the duopolies in the country, if the NDC people have seen it, that the statement made by them when NPP was on power, it was obvious they made a statement against them. And thank God the activities of Galamsey has been tripled now, and those same body is quiet. They are not saying anything now. Then I am surprised.
Right. Mr. Kwache.
Hello.
Yes. So Democracy Hub is suing Nana Bediako, aka Cheddar.
Thanks for the opportunity once again.
Right.
I'll come to that issue, but
what do you want to do?
No. What I want to say is that because of my educational background, I have a divergent opinion about it. Yes.
Right.
When my brother was speaking, he said, per the lawsuit, Democracy Hub said the video or the text was being reposted several times. That was what he said.
That's what is captured in the statement.
Yes, but because he said I'm making a reporting,
so you let them know that is what is captured in there.
No, you just said it here. I'm here with you.
Yes, but that is what is captured in the claims.
I agree. Okay. Once you said it and I'm here with you, I just want to quote you.
Okay.
And make a statement of that. He said it is captured that Democracy Hub believes the statement was being reposted several times.
Yes.
That's why they have filed a lawsuit against Cheddar. So, as Ghanaians as we are, don't you think it would have been better for us to come from this angle that, maybe Cheddar made a post 2024. Democracy Hub didn't talk about it.
So
it's
why
happened. Yes, it is happening consistently, meaning Cheddar have an evidence to that. So why don't we test the law for Cheddar to come and counter the claim that yes indeed I have evidence? No, I don't have evidence. And you see, one thing that we should take note of is that when he was speaking, he said Malik Basinteli and a whole lot of people have been making statements against Bawumia and President Akufo-Addo.
I mean political statements.
Yes. And I want to refer you to a statement. You see, because of our democracy, our style of democracy, sometimes it will get to a day that we woke up and a single statement from someone will bring chaos, will bring the whole nation into a distraction. We were here when a whole regional chairman of the Ashanti region sat on national television and made a statement that President Mahama had an affair with their maid. Did President Mahama come out to talk? No. Does it mean it should be happening?
No.
So imagine if President Mahama now believe that I should go to court and challenge that. These people will come out and say it's a political motivated issue. The president have kept quiet. Sometimes people make certain political statements. That doesn't mean it should keep on happening, because certain comments and certain statements can bring the whole country, into distraction. Imagine a comment coming from somebody and the country turning upside down. Where will I and you be going to? So it's about time. If Democracy Hub feels that no, Chada made this statement consistently, it's up to them to prove that he posted it several times or not. It's not up to me and you to determine their proof of evidence. When they get to the law court, they have to prove it before the judge that as we made our claims, Chada made this statement twice, thrice, or whatever it is. For the judge to come out with a verdict, for people to even deter people for making certain statements. That's my stand on this issue. Because if we think that, oh, it's a political motivated issue for Democracy Hub to go to court, my brother, I'm very sorry. You see, as I said, if the statement from Chada, if Democracy Hub felt, oh, Chada have made this, oh, so if that's the case, what would happen? What would happen? There will be chaos all over.
But why have they waited for so long?
As they stated in their claims, they said it's something that has repeated itself. Meaning, if
meaning they didn't take action when it happened.
And let me come in here.
I didn't talk.
I'm going to correct something.
No.
And in that statement, they still said he posted it on his ex account. That's what. That is the two sides of the story.
Yes.
So
Let me tell you something. In law,
Mm-hmm.
Once there is a rumor, there is a bit of fruit.
Iota of truth.
Yes. You see, Democracy Hub feels that, oh, he made this statement once. Maybe it's just an oversight or something. Let's keep note of it. But once you see, when I come and tell you that my brother here wants to kill me, maybe for the first time, you might think that, oh, I'm joking. But the moment it happens consistently, what will you feel? You might feel that, oh no,
it's actually serious.
Yes, it's actually serious. Now, Democracy Hub feels that its reputation is into disrepute. And if that's the case, why don't we go all out to test? And you see, the law is for all of us to test. When you feel that somebody have done something that it's not into right perfection, you go to the court, you go and test the law. Is Democracy Hub their chairman or their president? Is he the party chairman for the NDC? Is he a member of parliament for the NDC?
Not I know of.
It's an organization. It's a social, what do you call it? Activist. So if they feel that, so imagine, okay, let's take it from this angle. Now, Democracy Hub says we have withdrawn the lawsuit.
The lawsuit.
Don't you think the next day when we wake up and I go and post on my social media accounts that, oh, Dr. Alhaji Baumia or President Mahama were the people who gave Democracy Hub money that, oh, don't do it, you stop it, okay, it's fine. Don't you think it will also create a whole agony in the system? So me, as I said, from my educational background as a student of law, I think it's better and it's good for Democracy Hub to do that. Now in future, what it's going to do is that it's going to serve as a deterrence for people like me, for people like whoever is out there to post and write things that they believe it's credible.
It's credible.
I write a lot on social media, but Not until when I have evidence that, oh, this is what is happening. I made an expose. I posted it on my what do you call it, TikTok and IG. And I'm waiting for somebody to just take me on to prove that's me. So I shouldn't just wake up and go and write that sister this did that, whilst it's a hearsay. It's something that I have no evidence. So once the case is before the court, to avoid myself from contempt, I just feel it should pass through the normal process. If democracy have evidence that Chada did things wrongly, they should prove it to the judge. If Chada himself feels that no, a top political official sponsored that demonstration,
he should.
It will be proven at court. Why don't we keep quiet for Chada to face the law and at the end of the day see the outcome of it? Because when it comes and for example, Chada is able to prove the court that no, these people took money from a political candidate or a political opponent. Do you know what is going to happen? It's going to rather bring the credibility of the association down. So if Chada feels he is right, what he did was evidence sake, he should just prove it at the court. So that at the end of the day, in future, I, Sami Kwachi, sitting here, won't go out and go and post something that will bring the credibility of my brother here into disrepute. Right. Again, he said a member of parliament is fighting Galamsey people. If that
tax force.
He said
the tax force.
The tax force.
Yes. Honorable Ebenezer Kwekuadu.
Do you have evidence to that?
Oh, well,
yes. Me, I have no problem. I have no problem for me making the comments. You know my stance on that.
What
we were here. We were here. When a whole minister of lands and natural resource, Abu Jinapo, came all out and said Akonta mining was involving in Galamsey. The next morning, when Akufo-Addo went to Koforidua at the Catholic Bishop Conference or whatever it is, what did he say? He said no, Akonta mining is not involved in any Galamsey. Meanwhile, at the time, Akufo-Addo have appointed somebody that the state was paying. So if you have appointed me to go and check if Yima have claimed the hall, and I come and tell you that Yima is not doing the work, and you sitting somewhere, you come all out to come and tell me that Yima has done it. Do you know what it means? Meaning that ministers at that time was not credible. One. Two, it was his own appointee, Professor Frimpong Boateng, I think I have the name right, who came all out to say, to allege that the president was a mother serpent of Galamsey and
your time is up.
All those kind of. So I don't think it's even morally right for an MPP member. You see, it's being said that he who seeks equity must first come with
equity.
Yes.
Right. Mr. Chambers, for you in your own opinion, I don't know, my mind is just telling me something.
Okay.
Do you think that this whole issue could be that because maybe the claim was actually made in 2024 in September, and then they didn't take it on as at that time, and it was the previous party that was in power. They didn't take it on, and then they took it on this time around. My mind, though, it's just my mind. Allegedly, I'm just thinking that could it be that they were thinking if they should take that issue to court at that time, it wouldn't favor them looking at the
exactly that is
party.
the point. Exactly that.
You are
is
thinking
the
the way I'm thinking.
No, not even I know, like the way you know. Why? The question we should be asking ourselves is that if you have presented a statement of claims to court, you have presented a petition. He says someone has posted in his X account. You later on went ahead to say that a person has repeated the video so many times.
But you said you have seen it just once.
And even in the claim, they said the person has posted it in his X account. And we have only one X account. You understand? That is what the statement says. They didn't say it was posted in
repeatedly.
Exactly.
That is why they took him.
That is why they took him. That is the first. That is the topic. That is the broad thing. So now, why did they feel to go to court
immediately
when that statement was made, and they knew that statement was defamation. It was tantamount to the fact that they were trying to destroy the reputation of the democracy hub. Nobody is against the law. You understand? And what we are saying here, we are not saying they shouldn't try the man in the court. I know the judge. I'm coming. I know the judge will take like 5 minutes to determine this case. If indeed the judge that's going to sit on this case is competent, fair, I am telling you that he's going to use 5 minutes because it doesn't carry any substance. It doesn't have any weight
but
to present before court. I'm coming. Now, clearly, the statement he made, if it was offensive, it doesn't really matter whether he repeated a post or whatever. You understand? If you make an offense, there's no anywhere in our constitution that says that if you make a statement and it's an offense, it's misinformation, and you don't repeat it, it's not a crime. And there's no any law that says that once you repeated a statement you make and it's an offense, it means you should be dragged to court. You get what I'm trying to say? No any, I am guided, but I'm saying that no any provision in the constitution that says that repeated offense should be sent to court and non-repeated offense should not be sent to court. You understand?
It's a matter of preference.
Listen, I'm making my submission until if you want to say anything here for the purpose and the interest of the public, you provide evidence. And if you don't have evidence, you allow me to flow. If you have evidence, I dare you to provide it.
And I said it's a matter of preference. He said there is nothing in the constitution that states that
because of the repeated video, because of the repeated statement. You know what? They don't even know whether it was an audio, it was a text or whatever. The people don't even know. Those who are sending the case to court, they don't even know. You understand? Clearly, that means they have not seen the man making those statements. Publicly? As I know what is captured there, and you are sending him to court. You could have just sought for that justice instantly when that statement was made, but you didn't. Even January, when there was shift of power, you didn't send that case to court. Now you find it necessary to go to court. What is the reason behind that?
But how would you feel if you are just in your house, someone just make some sort of negative?
I am saying that statement is a political statement.
You see it to be a political statement?
I don't see it to be a political statement. I don't see it to be a political statement. We see it as political statement. And I'm coming. And I don't say that. I don't say that we should not hold politicians accountable when they make certain statements that should not be made. You understand? If you make a statement that is a contempt, you are allowed to be carried on. You should be tried before court, right? But my worry is someone made a statement way back. You didn't send the person to court. There's even a new Chief Justice that have come. Then the Chief Justice that have come, I don't really know whatever is happening. Within the first, week, you are threatening to send a case or a statement made in 2024 to court. There's something fishy about this. And until we fish it out, we wouldn't know what is going on. So I am saying that nobody is against trials in court. You can send a man to court. We are not saying no. But for it's about time we also rise up to speak for the people who are in isolations. You understand? I am very sure you can't drag any of the MPP, any of the NDC person to court on this matter. You can't.
Right.
If your interest is to, I'm coming. If your interest is to,
your time is up.
Well, if your interest is to make sure that statements put on social media are well checked as an independent body, as an independent legal body, and that of course you are selecting and fighting, that's unfortunate. We saw the statement Abunya made, and clearly the judge sat down and said, by the constitution all men are equal, but in our practice some men are more important than the others during this NDC regime. So I'm expecting and hoping that that same judgment should not be applied to this innocent gentleman, Chada.
Right. Do you by any chance think that looking at these claims that Democracy Hub is bringing against this man is actually going to dim his reputation, his credibility, or even drop him off even standing for a presidency?
No, I have quick answers for first of all your question.
Right.
Secondly, I want to send a signal out there that per our constitution, crime has no expiry date. So you can do something in the year 2000. I'll come back 2025 and then can decide to take you on per our constitution. Crime has no expiry date. again, talking about whether it's going to dent his reputation or not, I think it's normal. Once you are being tried at the court, it doesn't mean you are not credible or something. We were here. When we here when in the year 2000 thereabouts, President J. Kufuor decided to set a commission for former President, the late John Jerry Rawlings. Weren't we here? We were here. By then, he had already been president. In fact, the longest government that have ever stayed in power. We were here. Again, talking about whether or not it's a politically motivated agenda to send Chada to court, I disagree. The reason why I disagree is that I made a first comment that crime has no expiry date.
It has no expiry date. So at any time you can just decide to take the person.
And we shouldn't be entertaining it's a political talk. It's a political talk. Because imagine, as I said, what Chairman Untumi said about President Mahama. Imagine what it could have caused. If I know how ladies react. So imagine the first lady decided that no, if this is able to come out, then meaning me myself, I'm not safe. It would have caused a whole former president by then. It would have caused his marriage. And we'll come out and say, oh, it's a political talk. So I disagree on any day. It's a political talk. That comment, I disagree. Right. Again, if Chada feels, as I said earlier on, he have evidence. That a political person sponsored Democracy Hub to do that. He should just contest it in court. Again, do you know that a key actor in that hub, Vomaho, is a lawyer himself?
Yes, he's a lawyer himself.
And when it comes to...
And he's championing the whole thing.
Yes, let me tell you something. When it comes to legal issues, unless you are not a lawyer or a legal person, sometimes you don't just get up today, then tomorrow you say you are going to court. You have to gather evidence. You and I don't know whether Vomaho have gathered enough evidence. And at the court, even as at now, Chada, Nana Kwame Bediako, is guilty until proven. So if the court, if Democracy Hub is not able to provide proven evidence, and you see at the court, for you to be winning a case or something, you have to have a substantial evidence to back your claim. So I think that there is no cause for alarm. Chada should just face the law. Then at the end of the day, we should all see the outcome. It will be an advice to some of us, either for posting things that are credible, or either to have a second look at the Democracy Hub. Because the reason why I'm very happy is that if Chada is able to provide evidence that there is a politically motivated something, then meaning that Democracy Hub itself, it's not credible. Do you know that it will cause the downfall? It will cause the dissolution of the hub when Chada is able to win this case. People would have a second look at the hub that, oh no, so meaning all this what you have been doing is a politically something.
Right.
We wouldn't take you serious anymore. So you just have a bit of time and see the outcome of the...
And let's see the outcome of it. Right. So if Chada has evidence, he should just go and contest that in court.
Sure.
Whereas Mr. Chambers says this is actually a political talk that they should have actually just ignored. But what do you also think of it? If Democracy Hub indeed is being sponsored by a political party. So we are streaming live on YouTube at GhanaTalks Radio, on Facebook at GhanaTalks Radio. You can send in your comments and tell us what you also think about this particular issue. Let's get it interactive. Right, so let's move on to our next topic. OSP formally charges former finance minister and others on over 70 counts of corruption. The Office of the Special Prosecutor has formally filed more than 70 charges against former Finance Minister Ken Ofori-Atta and several top officials linked to the controversial revenue assurance contract between the Ghana Revenue Authority and the Strategic Mobilization Ghana Limited. The charges, filed in court this week, also target former GRA Commissioners General Dr. Owusu Amwa and Emmanuel Kofi Intim, along with senior officials Isaac Crenstill and Kwejo Damoa, a former technical advisor at the Finance Ministry, NS Akori, SML CEO Evans Eduse, and SML itself are also among of the accused. According to the ASP, the case involved alleged procurement breaches, financial misreporting, and actions that resulted in significant financial losses to the state. The charges follow months of investigations, raid on SML office in Osu and Tema, and the collection of digital and documentary evidence. The OSP says the alleged offences falls under Ghana's anti-corruption, procurement, and organized crime laws. Prosecutors insist that the scale of the transaction involved required a firm legal response to protect public funds. This development marks one of the biggest corruption cases the OSP has pursued, involving some of the highest ranking public officials in recent years. All accused persons are expected to appear before the High Court as the case progresses. Did you hear that? 70 plus. If I'm not mistaken, I saw in the news 78 plus, plus 78 cases. 78
counts.
It means there are more.
Yes.
Yes. Right. That has been slapped to SML, GRA, and Ken Ofori-Atta. That is the issue on board right now. Mr. Kwache, what do you make of this?
First of all, I think Lawyer Kisie Jabin, the OSP, should be a bit proactive when it comes to matters of the state, because he's being paid with public funds.
Yes.
And the office was being created to even serve as a watchdog on the government. Once, whether the government is in power or in opposition, to serve as a watchdog when it comes to public related funds and stuffs. The reason why I'm saying he should be up and proactive is that you see this brouhaha about Ken Ofori-Atta, SML, and the other individuals is something that has been dragged for a bit long. If Kisie Jabin thinks and feels there is something positive out of this, for that long time, I learned Ken Ofori-Atta wrote to the state before he left the country, and Kisie Jabin, per my understanding, is aware when Ken Ofori-Atta was leaving the country. So he can't just come out and be behaving like
he knows nothing about it.
Yes, he knows nothing, Ken Ofori-Atta, and those kind. And one thing that we should all bear in mind is that once you enter politics and you are ready to accept government appointment, you should be ready to account.
Right.
Because the country, it's not for me, it's not for everybody.
Right.
It's for all of us. So once you are ready to accept appointments, later on when you are being called to come and answer questions, I think you should be always ready. Remember, President Mahama once said, "I'm now no more the president of the country, but I'm ever ready to answer questions that relate to my stewardship."
Right.
And I think every Ghanaian, who, irrespective of political colors, should be ready to do same.
Should be ready to.
So that at the end of the day, we will build a nation, not a political party, for all of us. So, with that case, we will just have to wait and see the outcomes. Ken Oforiatta and the other gentlemen also have lawyers. They will also contest it at the courts. And as I said earlier on, crime have no expiry dates and stuff. So
at any time at all,
at any time,
it can be picked up.
Yes, we can look into your affairs. Remember, when the NPP came into power, they decided to hold the former minority leader, now the current finance minister, on related to some corruption issues and stuff. He stood up and defended himself at the court. So I think everybody should be able to do same, so that at the end of the day, it wouldn't be like the government is witch hunting or something. Because if the president wants to witch hunt top officials from the opposition party, I don't think Ken Oforiatta would be a target. I don't think Ken Odamwa would be a target. Who was the flag bearer of the party? Wasn't it Dr. Alhaji Bawumia? Isn't he the what do you call it? The nearest political opponent? Wouldn't the president have been able to witch hunt Bawumia and the top party hierarchy? Justin Frimpong Kodia is working freely. Why? He wasn't serving in the government. He didn't receive any political appointments. Nobody is. Dr. Bawumia himself is working. There are a lot of ministers who said Akufo-Addo appointed over 120 something ministers. Are all of them standing trials? No. Some people did their work diligently. So I think Ken Oforiatta issues, the country is much interested. And I learned per the suits, the money that the OSP is intended to refund, if everything goes well, is 125 million Ghana cedis. And that's a huge sum of money. If indeed that is what happened, it can be used for a whole lot of things. People are sitting under trees and stuff. So I think a single individual shouldn't take money from the state coffers to that level whilst the country was struggling.
Mr. Chambers, don't you think this particular issue has been long overdue? And then we are going back and forth, and then yesterday I also read that SML is actually has sent a petition to Strach. I don't know if you've seen that too. So right now the case is a bit confusing. We don't know who to believe, if it is the OSP or SML, because what they are saying is totally different from what the OSP is saying.
That even make things better.
So how do we ensure that the OSP is being transparent with us throughout this whole trial?
Thank you so much. If you listen to the press statement by the OSP, he stated clearly, without equivocation, that the Ken Oforiatta and the other 6 people were charged of 1.4 billion. Now, if you listen to it very well and you watch it very carefully, my take on this matter is that misappropriation and embezzlement of state fund should be something that reasonably you should not sit anywhere to kowtow or accept it. As a Ghanaian, we must make sure that we hold our government officials accountable. That's one thing I believe. And any political party that fears accountability, then you are not clean enough to lead this country. That's one thing I can say. In attempt to handle corruption and corruption offenses, you first of all have to investigate. And after the investigation, and you realize that suspects are guilty of the crimes or crime leveled against them, what you do is that you officially, formally submit it to court for the courts to carry out their work. Now, in a way, I will not say the OSP is wrong. And if indeed the OSP is embarking on retrieving our money in a genuine way, clean and clear way, there's nothing wrong with that. 1.4 4 billion can do a lot for this country.
A lot.
And so allowing government officials to embezzle state money without recourse to accountability to that high level, it's something I would say is unfortunate.
Allegedly.
Very well. Now, where we sit, it is no longer allegedly. The government is not the OSP is not alleging anyone around this case.
But now he's ready to take them on.
Ready, and if you listen to him, he is working around it and have already taken on the people. Let's look at this scenario.
Okay.
When the OSP declared Ken Ofori-Atta fugitive, the man quickly sent his lawyer and they wrote officially to the office of the special prosecutor. He said, whatever information the OSP wants from Ken Ofori-Atta, what is the name? The lawyer was ready to give him every details, every information.
Okay,
I'm coming.
I wanted to make a correction so that in future it wouldn't be a problem for you.
Okay.
Irrespective of Ken Ofori-Atta being charged, it's still an allegation. When you are standing trials at the court and there is no judgment,
it's still an allegation.
It's still an allegation.
I'm not saying that it's not an. We are talking about the current issue. Then
yes, once you said the OSP has formally charged him, so it's
he said they found. Well, if you listen to my statement very well, he said they have the office of the special prosecutor have notified that some amount of money that amounted to 1.4 billion.
So we've not heard from the other party yet. So we can't just judge that.
So
I think we'll have to.
Okay, fine. Once the case has been referred appropriately to court, we have to wait for the corporate to also say their side of the story, and that is why in Ghana our laws allowed Odi Atram Pattern.
Yes.
Now, until that is done, one cannot clearly take a stand on this matter. But you see me, I will never support embezzlement and misappropriation of state fund. But see, if you look at this whole thing, the OSP is acting under pressure. The current government is pushing the OSP. I think that is how they want it to appear. They are pushing the OSP to take certain decisions to favor his selfish interest. OSP should go in a genuine way in attempt to retrieve our money. But then, they should try as much as possible to listen to other parties' side before making some public statement. It is not easy to receive an information describing someone fugitive, in fact, a family member fugitive. Then in the long run, meanwhile, the person has not been tried before court and you have already made these declarations. And answer them before Ken Ofori-Atta left this country. Like he said, he wrote to the OSP. OSP was aware. And that, you can't tell me that US can be keeping a criminal. And describing someone a fugitive means the person is a criminal,
right?
A
criminal.
This man has written officially to them and stating that he is attending to himself because he's going through some medical, treatments. And there are clear evidence supporting it. And there are medical reports from the hospital supporting that indeed he was going through some treatment. Well, if the OSP invited him and said he should appear in person, and he has decided that the lawyers will attend on his behalf, I think the OSP should have tried as much as possible to listen to the lawyers before making that statement. You understand? So issuing that statement is my worry. But whoever has embezzled the state's money, it is very, very reasonable for the OSP to go after them. But I don't want the OSP to act based on some political pressure. That way, we will make a perfect move. So if you want to retrieve the 1.4 billion, money, if you want to retrieve the money, you should go the genuine way. I always say that genuineness is what I stand for.
Right.
Other than that, I don't think I was part of any deal with Ken Ofori-Atta and the 7 people. Wherever they took the money to, I don't know anything about it. I don't think I can jump on social media or come to social media and start defending something that is wrong.
Right.
But then, if proper care is not taken, at the end of the day, we will be chasing after innocent people. And if someone has served the country diligently, if we cannot acknowledge the person, then we better don't destroy the image of the person.
Right.
But he who has gone with the state's money, let's
retrieve it.
Let's retrieve
right, Mr. Kwache. So looking at this case, how do you think it's going to affect public confidence in our administration and even our revenue administration? Because people are paying tax. We are not even seeing what the tax are doing. And then the next thing we hear is that people actually embezzle the money. How do you think this is actually going to affect the confidence people have in our administrations?
Okay, thank you. Remember recently, Mr. Daniel Domlevo
Yes.
came out that he had a conversation with His Excellency the President, John Dramani Mahama. And one thing that the President told him, whilst he was granting that interview, he said he didn't have the President's permission though, but he wanted to come out with it. That the President said if he is not able to tackle corruption-related activities and then give a good account of himself as the president for these 4 years, the whole country is going to lose interest in our democracy, and it's going to cause a whole lot. I think the OSP has nothing to do with this government. After all, he wasn't being appointed by the government. Recently, if you are able to monitor the airwaves, you could even feel that there is a rift between the government and the OSP for his duties and staffs. Remember recently, the AG said they demanded some dockets from the OSP, and the OSP refused to come out with the docket. The OSP also came out to banter that story from the Attorney General. So I don't think anybody should be somewhere saying there is something between the government and the OSP. As my brother rightly said, if you have taken or if you have embezzled government funds, public funds, you should always be ready. And remember, if this Kenufuriata alone, the issue is being able to solve by the court, and indeed it comes out that no, he embezzled public funds, it's going to boost the confidence of the ordinary Ghanaian who feels that, oh, say abayin sikadi ukoshewa udibia na uko baby. It's going to boost the confidence of that Ghanaian that no, if it's able to happen. Remember, my brother said Ken Oforiatta is not feeling well and stuffs. Atuesien, wasn't he jailed when he was unhealthy? If you have gone wrong and the judge feels that no, this issue, you are guilty of it, you face the music, and at the end of the day, whatever the Ghanaian people have lost in public servants, it will come back. Because remember in 2024, I think this recent popular public survey group, what's the name? Musa Dankwa,
Global Analytics.
Yes, they came out with a statistics that the ordinary Ghanaian was losing hope and interest in people serving the country, that there is too much corruption and stuff. So if the president and this current administration is able to tackle those issues and tackle it very well, it's going to serve as even a deterrent for the current people who are serving. Because 3 days ago, President Mahama made a comment that will be tied to you, that you bring a corruption-related this thing into his government. And the president have a track record. Even his own cousin, who was then a deputy minister, Victoria Hema, who sat on national television and said, oh, my dream is to get $1 million and stop politics. The next day, the president said, meaning you don't have the country at heart. You are looking for something.
She was taken away.
She was taken away.
She resigned.
So the president have that track records. So I think we should all have time and see however the legal process will go, whatever Ken Oforiatta and the lawyers will write to the court and stuff. We will see how it's going to pan out. Then at the end of the day, the ordinary Ghanaian would have some boost of confidence that no, even me, tomorrow when I get that chance, I shouldn't do that.
You shouldn't do that.
Yes, because even the MPP themselves, remember in 2023, 2024, there were some 81 or 87 MPs who came out that Ken Oforiatta should be removed as the finance minister. At the end of the day, most of those MPs lost their seats.
Right.
Because the party didn't like that attempt.
Okay. Thank you so much, Mr. Kwache, for that submission. So let's move on to our last news story and then we call it a wrap. President Mahama vows to sign anti-LGBT bill if passed by Parliament. President John Dramani Mahama has reaffirmed his position on the anti-LGBT bill currently before Parliament, declaring that he would sign the bill into law immediately if it is approved by lawmakers. Speaking during an engagement with religious leaders in Accra, President Mahama said his stance is clear and consistent, adding that Ghana's cultural values and social norms must guide legislation on sexuality and family life. He stated that while every citizen deserves dignity and respect, the country also has a responsibility to protect its moral framework. President Mahama stressed that his decision is rooted in the will of Ghanaian people, pointing to broad public support for stronger laws regulating sexual orientation and related activities. The bill, which has generated national and international debate, seeks to criminalize certain LGBT activities and prescribe penalties for their promotion or funding. Human rights groups have criticized the bill as discriminatory, while supporters argue it reinforces Ghanaian cultural values. President Mahama noted that the discussions surrounding the bill must be handled with sensitivity and emphasized that once Parliament completes its work, his duty as president will be assent to the decision of the legislature. He said if they bring the bill to him, he will sign it. That is what he said. Because according to what he knows, man marry woman, not woman marry woman. Mr. Chambers.
Well, it's indeed that if you look at this LGBTQ plus bill, it's something that has been discussed over and over in this country. I think something that politicians would have just looked at it, then within a twinkling of an eye, we get out of it or put it somewhere and focus on the development of this country. We are still paying attention to it. But see, it's sometimes boiled down to the fact that some of the politicians are engaging so much in this. It's something I describe it as political football. The way politicians act over certain things, indeed, in this country, is really not acceptable. But let not generalize it to any of the political party, by NDC for that matter. When NDC was in opposition, we all heard and saw their stand on this LGBTQ plus bill, what they did and how they forced the bill on the former president and the MPP government. Today, I don't know why they are running away from it. Why am I saying they are running away from the bill? If the president, John Dramani Mahama, says once the parliament approves or once the parliament takes a stand on it, he is going to give his assent. To me, that is unfortunate. Why? In some way in January, John Dramani Mahama said I think that was his response to GBC News or a courtesy call from Christians Council Ghana. He said the reason they have to relay the bill before Parliament for deliberations or discussions, it was a result of the fact that it was not properly signed, or the former government, I mean the previous government, did not properly dealt into the issue. So the parliament did not submit it to the president by then. That was Nana Ejiro Akufo-Addo, to give his assent to it. That was what delayed. Therefore, once that previous administration life has ended, it means that whatever is going to happen to the bill, he has to make sure they relay before parliament. Then whatever the parliament comes out with, he will now give his assent to it. Well established. If the levy, Dumso levy, can be passed under the certificate of agency, then the LGBTQ plus bill cannot be passed under the certificate of agency.
Sorry not to cut you.
What does it infer in this situation? It means that the government, the NDC government, and John Dramani Mahama for that matter, pays much attention to the D levy, that's the Dumso levy, than the LGBTQ plus.
But the Dumso levy was a matter of urgency, don't you think?
He said
the Dumso levy was a matter of urgency.
Would you like a matter of urgency?
But would you like to have slept in light out?
What is it? The lights were on. Then people left power, leaving the lights on. I'm coming. Let me say this. We also saw the stand of some George and some other NDC MPs in Parliament, how they were sounding and how they were very loud on the issue of LGBTQ. I don't know what has happened, that all of them are silent today. They have remained uncommunicated, taciturn, so silent, to the extent that it appears to the public nothing is going on. The government has everything it takes to influence this bill within a day. The head of government business in Parliament can be influenced by the president. The NDC government has absolute majority in Parliament. Even without MPP side in Parliament, they can still go ahead, pass the bill. Right? You agree? They have the majority. And if not just majority, absolute majority, not like the days of MPP, where we were struggling with numbers in Parliament, they have the absolute majority. And they can clearly go on today and say that the bill, the LGBTQ bill should be passed, and within the twinkling of an eye is going to be passed. I don't know what they are waiting for. The president can do that. In fact, if they are failing to pass it under the certificate of agency, and the government also, or the John Dramani Mahama having absolute majority, cannot still pass it, and they are still tossing us with this their political macabre dance, the somnambulism nature of their politics, they should be clear to us. If they are interested, they are interested. If they have no interest, they have no interest. But for John Dramani Mahama, after having responded and listening to him on GBC News, and that of the response to the Christian Council, coming up today to tell us that once the Parliament is done with it, he's going to give his announcement. That is an unfortunate statement.
Right.
And clearly, let me submit this, that the president is not ready because of the pressure from the international communities. The president is not ready to give a deaf ear to the LGBT bill. Other than that, he would have gone ahead, influenced Mama Yerga.
Your time is up.
Yes, I know my time is up. He would have gone ahead and influenced Mama Yerga, laid before Parliament, and the majority side in Parliament, that is the NDC side, will just agree to it. And whatever it is, the government will go ahead, or the president will go ahead and give his assent. That is it.
Right. Thank you, Mr. Chambers. Mr. Kwache, what do you think the president seeks to send? What message do you think he seeks to send to us out there? What this particular stance, comment he made was a
First of all, I think MPP opponents are just behaving like a crying baby. The reason why I'm saying this is that, you see, when you have a little child, something that he or she cannot do, he will be crying, Mama me, Mama me. Ujano nswa onto me. President Mahama, Professor Evans Fifiatam was the late. The two of them stayed in power from 2008 to 2016. I think that's 12 years. If I'm right, 12, right? Professor Atamos, 2008 to 2016.
2008 to 2016.
3 terms.
208.
Two terms. 2 terms,
yeah,
right?
That's
sorry.
8 years.
Yeah, sorry. They stayed in power for 8 years. Was this hula balloon in the system? No. We were here when President Akufo-Addo designed the presidential seat, the Jubilee House, as a gay conference room, and we were all crying. And you know
what do you mean by that? Gay conference room.
Gay conference room.
I said he designed the place as their colors.
Colors.
The colors of LGBT.
Yes.
Which
I said we were here when President Akufo-Addo designed the place when he
which
received
place?
Jubilee House.
Jubilee House.
Yes, when he received the
LGBT.
Was he a prime minister or something from the UK? Oh,
is it Kamaris?
Yes. We saw the colors that was being used to design the place.
Oh, you saw it because I didn't see anything that.
Oh, you can go back after the show and check. When people were crying, and you know the most disappointing aspect of it all.
What?
President Akufo-Addo to me is a more Christian than His Excellency John Dramani Mahama.
What makes you think so?
Yes. Mostly, the notion is that once somebody is from the upper part of the country, he or she is a Muslim. Initially, people even thought President Mahama was a Muslim, like he had that Muslim religion, not knowing he was a Christian. President Akufo-Addo, from day one, has been an Akan and a Christian of that matter. We were here when the bill was being sent to the presidency for him to assent. First of all, he decided not to assent on the bill until somebody or a group of people took the case to court that it was going to infringe on the human rights of people. Okay. In December, when the judgment came, after the judgment, wasn't President Akufo-Addo still the president of the land?
Yeah, he was.
People were crying that, oh, Oluman, once you are leaving, sign this for us as a signing bonus or something. He decided that no. A new president is in. He should come and sign. President Mahama came. Now he misquoted President Mahama when he met the Catholic bishops. What he said was that he believes the bill that was even sent to Akufo-Addo should be reversed for the government to sponsor. You see, when you go to parliament, we have...
No, please.
Wait.
No, let him finish. Mr.
When you go to parliament,
please.
We have private sponsored bills and we have government sponsored bills.
And the LGBT is part of that sponsor.
Yes, and the LGBTQ at that time, previously, was a private sponsored bill.
So now what is it?
The president now says, no, we should come back for the government itself to sponsor this bill and send it to parliament. So the president previously, I think 4 months ago, instructed the Attorney General of State to send that bill to parliament for a deliberation and approval. Afterwards, he is going to assent on the bill. A president who have consistently made reaffirmation that he believes that bill should be signed. I don't think my brother should be here and be saying what he was saying.
Right.
Okay. So
I'll give you 50 seconds.
50 seconds. Very well. Now I want to correct something here. He said that the former president of Ghana, Nana Ado Dankwa Akufo-Addo, painted an office.
I said decorated.
Decorated the Jubilee House.
Okay, so Nana Ado
colors.
decorated the Jubilee House with LGBTQ plus colors.
Yes.
It's very untrue and it's false statement. And Ghana Web has proven that there's no evidence to that fact. And I want to say that my brother has just peddled and packaged a very nice lie, and nobody should take it serious. Two.
Okay, all right.
Two. I'm coming.
Your time is up.
Yes, my time is up. But let me submit this. He said again that John Dramani Mahama, that I've lied against John Dramani Mahama, is very true. Maybe he has not seen the video. John Dramani Mahama in that conference said the bill was never, the LGBTQ plus bill was never submitted to Nana Ado Dankwa Akufo-Addo. And that, of course, because it was not submitted to Nana Ado Dankwa Akufo-Addo for him to give an assent, they have to relay it before Parliament. Go and do your checks. Watch the videos. If you watch the videos, you will not come and cook things and put it in social media. Thank you so much. That is a question I want you to take.
Mr. Kwache, we are leaving. What's your last words?
What I want to say is that my brother should rather go back and make checks before next time we come and sit here.
Ghana Web is saying that it's not true.
Wait.
Ghana Web is not.
Once you were talking, I was here. If you do that next time,
maybe
we'll meet again. No. When you want to bring that next time,
we'll meet again.
I want to be gentle as I have been today.
Don't worry. Thank you. You are one.
So I want him to go back, make further checks. Next time when we meet, we're going to discuss that because I'm saying that on authority. Because remember, once I started.
I thought you said our time is up.
Once I started my conversation, my submission, I said, because of my educational background, I always want to say things that I can prove. Yes.
All right. Thank you, Mr.
So,
Kwache.
I want to greet some one or two people out there.
All right, that's fine.
Yes. Okay, so I want to greet the ever hard-working agric minister, the Afodeshi, the ever proven Honorable Eriko Poku.
He's laughing.
Oh, you can choose to laugh because you had an agric minister who went to bring food crops to ministries for people from Paga, Wale and Huawei to come and buy. So you can choose to laugh. Honorable Eriko Poku is proving he is not going to do that and never will he do that. I want to greet him. Good morning, Minister, Honorable Minister and MP for Ahafo. Then a shout out to Kofi Budo, popularly known as Omo in the Ekwapim surroundings. And I'm sorry, our time is up though, but I have a mom who is celebrating her birthday. Yeah, watching us live as well. Ama Nancy.
Right.
Yes, from his son Kofi Budo. He wants to wish the mom a glorious birthday and a prosperous one, of course.
Right.
Yes.
Thank you. Happy birthday to her. Yeah. Mr. Chambers, let me hear from you.
Thank you so much. First of all, I want to extend my gratitude to the Member of Parliament for Williamsea constituency, Honorable Stanley Yaonandaya, an independent Member of Parliament for that matter, even though he has decided to partner with NDC, but then he's doing very well. I think that was last week or this week. He sponsored brilliant but needy students with a huge amount of money. Each student went home with 1,500 Ghana cedis. That was so amazing, and for the first time it's happening in his constituency. A very large number of students were captured, and I'm told that students who did not apply and they are seeking for financial or MP support, they can still apply so that he will assist them. That is very, very important, and that is nice. And seeing this behavior exhibited by some young politicians or MPs, that is credible well, and I want to encourage that those of the students in that constituency who have not applied, they should take that opportunity and apply, because the man is a listening man and he's really going to sponsor them. I also want to extend my greetings to someone very special and dear to me.
Your wife?
The former Member of Parliament for Zabzugu constituency, Honorable John Jababinam. Sometimes when I come on social media, he watch a lot of things I say. Sometimes he say, hey, my boy, you have not done this thing right. Next time, do it this way. And he's coaching. If you observe, when I started with all these things, I can say that it has been improved. That is because I've been getting a lot of coachings from him. So I want to thank him. I want to thank him so much for making time to correct. He who corrects you loves you so much. I thank him, and I really, really appreciate it.
Communication member speaking the truth at the tail end of his submission. Saying that
that's fine. You are calling for war, Mr. Kwache.
He doesn't know why
you are calling for war.
He doesn't know why
you are calling for war.
Has joined the bench of the majority, right? But yet he is performing. Is that not what he said?
And the government is not giving him that necessary support.
My God.
All right. We call it a wrap then.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us on the Ghana Talks Breakfast Show. Thank you to our lovely guests for doing the talking, for the beautiful submission they made right here to topical issues that matter to you. And thank you to our listeners for doing the listening. This is where we leave you. Do have a lovely day.